Your favorite team is the Tampa Bay.
No.
Right?
I am not a bandwagoner. I wish Tom Brady all the luck. But I'm a Patriots fan, and I accept that the next few years we're going to be like the fucking Cowboys. I get it. But, hey, we still have the greatest coach ever, and that's all that fucking matters. But, no, if I was a fan of the Ravens, obviously we live in
Until fucking
Baltimore.
Will Belichick shows up in Tampa.
When Will Belichick shows up in Tampa, I'm jumping ship. I'm going to be honest.
Your description of your new job just made it sound like that's what you do.
Sex is easy, bro. Sex is dumb easy. You just bend over and take.
COVID hasn't got you down yet?
I couldn't give a fuck about COVID. I drink.
It doesn't have you down yet? It doesn't give you anxiety? What?
Look, man.
What?
I'll tell you what, man. Like the second I don't have to, and when I say have to, I mean in order for me to get into an establishment, I have to wear a mask.
You have to wear everywhere you go.
As soon as I don't see those signs anymore, I'm ripping the fucking thing off.
Me too.
I'm
Me
sorry. Call it what it is. Comment whatever. Fuck you. You're an idiot. Like you're just a fucking idiot. You think you gotta? Especially like the people that wear them either when they're just walking outside in the fucking like nature, or they're in their own cars with their windows rolled up.
Right.
Or you gonna give yourself fucking coronavirus?
But
Like,
but don't you think that that's
you're an
something with
idiot.
them, like helping them cope with all this news that they're seeing and all this stuff?
I don't care what they got to cope with. Go get on a boat and go somewhere. Like go get to your.
But
own
where are
little
they going to
island.
go?
Their own little COVID.
Quarantine themselves away
their
from
own little
the population.
paranoid COVID.
So are you in the
island.
sense of like, so do you not want to spread it, or are you just annoyed by the people who are taking it too
I'm not
seriously?
100% sure that there's even anything to spread. Just being honest.
You might get us kicked off YouTube talking like that.
So
I'm
we
going to
should
post
switch
it though.
the fucking
I'm going to
topic.
post it. I'm going to post it though.
We probably will get kicked off because why? Why would we get kicked off? Because that's
Because they
not-
kick people off
Because that's
talking-
not the narrative. Fuck off. I hate it. And then those people, you're gonna trigger my anxiety. You're gonna trigger my trigger, bitch. Like,
Oh, Jimmy jumped on it. Jimmy jumped on it. Well, you know.
other than dealing with these, I'm sorry.
Have you had anyone?
Morons,
Have you had anybody like tell you to put your mask on when you're like walking up? Do you put your mask on in the car and then walk up, or do you
No,
like
I do it.
wait until you get there and then you put it on?
I do it as soon as I enter the fucking
The
door,
facility
like, the
where
facility.
If
Well,
they
I
can
have
kick
to
you
do
out,
it.
I'm gonna where you have to do
Like
it.
I'll swing the door open. It's still hanging off one ear.
Right.
Because I'll put it on one ear and I'll swing the door open before I walk in. I'll put the fucking.
But where do you think?
gimmick on.
Because where do you think there should be a line? Because
Because
obviously,
like, I'm not gonna challenge. I'm not gonna be that guy. That's like I'm gonna test it and not wear it until somebody says something.
Right.
I'm not gonna be that guy.
But you're
right?
being-
I'll do it because I know that those are the rules. Right.
Right.
I'll do it.
right. But you're at least being reasonable. You're meeting them in the middle with it. You're
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah,
just-
I don't like it.
The
but
second Larry Hogan's fat ass comes out there and goes, "You don't have to wear it anymore." Fuck, I'm burning it.
Right.
Like
right.
I have no reason to wear it.
Right. Right.
As soon as it's not required by law, because you're still gonna have those people that are gonna be like, "Well, no, I wouldn't. It's still not safe. You still gotta wear a mask." Eat my shit.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at on that. I don't know about you, but that's where I'm at. That's just my opinion.
I guess they're like, I'm gonna go around this fucking guy. So he starts going around me, hits my fucking mirror, and I'm like, well, you gonna stop? I had never been more wrong in my fucking life.
He didn't stop.
He was
He
like,
didn't stop.
it was almost as if he was like, fuck that nigga's mirror. And he just kept going. And I'm like,
Bob couldn't handle it.
I'm like, hold up. But there's cars up there. He can't get through those cars. Again, I had never been more wrong in my fucking life. I was like, how these fucking cars get between all those cars? And I was like, you not gonna stop? Well, I'ma go, nigga. So I started chasing the motherfucker in my car. And like, I guess he realizes I'm fucking following him. And he's just like, he doesn't want to be caught. So he's fucking dipping through fucking streets. And I'm like, I'm following him. And I almost crashed at one point, hitting this really tight turn. But we get to, Hanover Street.
Bob was seeing red.
Before the bridge. Yes,
He took your mirror and he kept going.
We're gonna get to that. But yes, I am blood is all I see. I want this person dead. Like, so we're driving, and I'm like, I can't fucking get his fucking tag or whatever. Like, I'm trying to take a picture of it. I'm trying to drive at like probably 80 miles an hour on a fucking 25 mile an hour street. So, so I'm like, I'm about to do some GTA shit. So his car's here on the right. I pull up to the left of it. I fucking tap his shit. I try to tap his shit. His back to like get it up to
GTA.
I tried to do this shit, bro. I tried to do this shit. But I guess he was used to that GTA shit, and he stopped just before I hit him. So my shit was like skirt, and my shit hit the guardrail like boom, and my shit I was like fuck, and they just drove off, and I was like motherfucker. So I get out the car.
He beat him.
I get out the car and I'm like, ain't this some shit? And like I see like fluid and shit. I see my car crumpled into the guardrail. At this time I don't know what, but
literally
but I've been
crumpled.
like, let me get the fuck out of the car because I see the fluid. Call the cops. Cops eventually show up. Didn't take them too long because the police station's right down the street. But yeah, we're going through all this shit. Hold on, we're gonna get to that shit. We're going through all this shit. And I'm like, I wasn't drinking. Of course I didn't tell him everything that just fucking happened.
Right.
I was like, yeah, somebody hit me. And whatever. I didn't tell him everything.
You were officer. You were watching police do that on cops. Here, Bob Hollywood's going to attempt the pit maneuver.
He saw that shit on cops too. He was like, not today, nigga.
That guy was smart enough.
That's brilliant, man.
So we're sitting there talking
All you
to
had to do was hit your. I didn't know that.
Apparently.
I wouldn't have known
Apparently.
that. I would have tried to do the
Let me
same
see the
thing.
cops pulling the pit maneuver, bitch.
So now you know. He actually helped you out.
But while we're there, while I'm talking to the officer, this car comes up, like a different car. And like, these people get out the car. And I'm at my car, the officer's at his car is like a few, I can't hear what they're saying necessarily. And then they get in their car and they leave. And the officer's like, you sure you weren't drinking? And I'm like, yeah, I was working all night. Of course I wasn't drinking. And he's like, well, they just told me such and such. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck they were. Like, nobody was here. So I'm assuming that was the niggas that pulled that reverse pit maneuver, hopped in a different car, and they were like, yeah, this nigga was wilding. Like,
Or maybe it's somebody that saw it.
Well, if
They saw
you had seen the whole thing,
So
the
they-
officer probably would have said something completely different.
so
Like,
they-
oh, you want to be a cop, nigga? Well, you going to jail today.
I trust her. That's the biggest part. That's the biggest part of friendship. Trust.
It's like you say my balls were too big like the first year, but in the end, your pussy was too fat in the second year.
Oh my God!
Hold up.
Oh
Hold
my
up.
God!
Whilst I do not have a pussy, that sounds like a compliment. Like, who doesn't like a fat pussy? Like, I don't want it to be, oh, your pussy. If she would have said your pussy was too thin, I'd have been like, fuck, man, you fucking cutting deep. I will say it. Yes, she told the truth. It was probably 15 fucking minutes, but it's because she would give me a shot, and I'm thinking that she's taking a shot too. Right. And it was like maybe 3 shots later that she's like, I don't really want this shot. Why don't you have my shot too? That she poured, mind you. And I'm like, well, why is your shot is halfway and mine's full? And she's like, I just changed my mind on this one. So I take the shots, and I'm like, okay, it's 2 shots. I'm not going to let them get wasted. But then she's like, do you want another one? And I think at that point, I was too far gone to be like, no, I don't want any more. Please, no more, sir. I was like, yeah, give me another shot. And she just kept giving them to me. So you talking about that first year you woke up in the field? That second year, I'm out in the fucking field. I don't even know how I got there. I do not remember leaving out that house.
I was there for you. I watched you. I took care of you, and you just was flopping around, and I couldn't hold you.
He was flopping around. I couldn't.
I did everything
You're a
I
big
could.
boy, Bob.
No,
You're a
but,
big boy.
No. Before you can say anything else, I'm done. I'm not gonna do this with you. No.
Oh, Dreamer, it's all right. Dreamer. Dreamer, though. Are you
Let her
serious?
leave. Let her leave.
Serious? Is she serious?
This pussy was too fat and juicy for her. Let her leave.
Damn.
All I'm saying is, I don't know if she...
Dreamer.
Fuck her. Let her leave.
No, that's ridiculous.
You're right about that. You're right on that accord, friend.
Oh, hello. Welcome back to episode 57, guys. Thank you all for joining us. We have a lot to talk about today.
Whole lot.
A whole lot.
Whole
But
lot.
first, I'm Endgame Jordan.
I'm Sindred.
And I'm Bob Hollywood.
Yep. And if you guys could help us out a lot by liking and sharing the post, because we never actually tell people
We
to do
always
that.
forget.
We always
Because,
forget.
you know, we just get so
we just
caught
like
up in
talking. Yeah, we just like talking. That's
Like a
the main
bunch
thing.
of chatty Cathys. Like, we
Yes.
don't even be talking about shit. We just
Nothing
love
important.
it. It's like
we just like
momentum.
talking.
The more we talk, the longer we live.
Yep, exactly. And that's the thing, though. It's kind of like Samson with his long hair or whatever.
Right.
The more we talk, the longer we're going to live. The longer, healthier lives we'll live.
We're
And we'll be all
stronger.
right.
We're stronger, like Daft Punk, harder, better, faster, stronger. We got to keep talking.
You have to keep talking. You have to keep
Like,
it rolling.
you guys don't realize, like, we only broadcast for about 2 hours, an hour and a half. After that, we turn the cameras off, and we're still talking.
We're still
just
talking.
fucking going.
Especially like last night. That's why. And if you guys go over to our Instagrams, Melodramatic Plastics, Jimmy Sindred, or Endgame Jordan, you'll be able to catch us live on Instagram as well, because we do a bunch of random videos. And we experimented today, actually, with the Shred Shed live views. I just had it on for the bench pressing, and that was pretty fun. But Jimbo made it late a little bit today. He had some personal things he had to deal with.
Yeah.
So.
Like,
But
I am always late, but
still
today I
made
really
it.
Did have
Still made it though.
some
Still
shit
made it.
going on.
There's never been a day that in Jimmy's life that he's done something and wasn't late. So it's just it is what it is at this point.
That makes sense. Yeah, but exactly, and that's kind of part of the game.
Yeah,
That's just, sometimes we are who we are, and you're still trying to get that light right, man.
Because I forgot to do it when I had all the time in the world too. How do you look?
See, even
I
when
look good, but I don't know how you think you look,
even when we're sitting here
look
and
like
we're
you-
already recording,
Yeah.
Jimmy's late and he's already here.
and he's
see?
still right. Exactly. I just
It's
I
just-
have
it's
to
a
make sure
character, not a flaw. It's a character trait of
cat's
his.
behind me.
You know, it's a quirk.
that right. It's a quirk.
So,
It's
it's fine.
he is what he is, and that's all that he is.
Just like Popeye. Say, I am what I am.
I am.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Right, you look good.
I think we all look good.
I think it's
we
better.
all-
It's better.
I think we
All right.
all look good.
All right.
So,
All right.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Is everything okay?
I'm sorry.
so where do you want
Why
to
are you
start off
sorry?
today?
I'm sorry. I don't know. It's just all I know how to say.
Well, I was thinking that since this is breaking news, I guess it's not really breaking news. There's a hurricane hitting down in Florida.
Stand back. Stop. Just go. Just go.
What was it?
He
No,
said, "Stand
I
back."
didn't. No, I didn't.
There's a hurricane coming through. Dun, dun, dun.
That shit was cool though. I'm not gonna lie.
That was awesome. I love
Oh,
that
he
gimmick.
sold that gimmick,
Yeah, that was a great gimmick, and it seems like that was something that he was passionate about.
bro. Right.
You know,
He got
and
the
that's
tattoo
always
on his
good.
arm. So you know,
What's
I
that?
mean, he even got the tattoo on his arm.
Exactly, and we know.
All right, we
people
did
who
this
have-
last night. So
We know people who have tattoos on their arms.
shot it. Hurricane. Here we go.
So I'm originally from the north. I'm originally from Northwest Florida, the Panhandle, and we used to get hit by hurricanes.
The
all
ghetto. So,
Oh yeah, I mean it's Lower Alabama. I mean there's no big towns in the area. Pensacola is the largest town. I guess you could say Tallahassee, but it's not really as populated. You know?
I used to live in Pensacola. I've lived in 4 different cities or towns in Florida.
Which ones?
Orlando, Tampa, Pensacola, and Panama City. Now the Orlando one,
Wow.
I lived in a couple different places in Orlando. I lived in Orlando, and then we moved right on the outskirts of Orlando. Anyways, so you're from
I'm from
Northern-
Defuniak Springs, Florida,
Defuniak, that's
which
what-
is northwest Florida. It's near Panama City. It's like a 45-minute to an hour drive from Panama City.
yeah.
And
We,
a
I
lot
didn't
of
live
my
in Panama
wrestling-
City
I
Beach. I
used to,
lived just
like-
in Panama City.
Yeah, a lot of my wrestling I would do down there in the Panhandle, and that type of
Panhandle.
stuff. The Panhandle, yeah, that little spot
A little
that
handle.
looks like a handle.
The little handle.
For a
off
pan.
of,
For a
off a
pan.
pan, yeah, exactly.
like, cause like America, we just name them. We know how to name them.
So then, so there was a lot of rain, a lot of flooding, a lot of water all over the place. And actually, my mom still lives in Pensacola, and I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit of what they're going through down there, because it does not look very nice. And now I'm going to point this towards you guys, and I'll move over a little bit. Sorry, Boy Cat, I do not mean to disrespect you, but we have to show. Sorry, your arms. I'll pull it this way a little bit so that your arm's not showing too much. There we go. Because you're very white in one area, and then whenever you come over here, you're very dark. See? Whoa. We're supposed to be in different rooms.
Look, Look,
Social distance, man. Ah,
it's like I'm Two-Faced.
you are two-faced. Literally two-faced.
Yeah, Jimmy's always been a two-faced little bastard.
See,
What social
social
distance?
distance my ass. Okay.
No.
Jesus
We
Christ.
are- we should have this whole time, instead of making that protein shake, which, by the way, give a preview for that, because we're going to be we'll probably talk about that on Friday.
Oh no, we just had a. So hold your thought though, please. Like keep repeating it in your head. We just got done with a pretty decent ass workout, and
Oh, yeah, I got the hurricane going.
yep, and then we came back here. We picked up some ingredients to make the Greg Doucette chocolate blueberry protein shake.
Chocolate
And,
blueberry.
we made it. We whipped it up, and my fucking.
I feel like he should have called it chocolate blueberry
peanut butter.
peanut butter.
Yeah, it might have been too long because it
Yeah,
did have
yeah, probably that's true.
didn't have peanut butter in it.
True.
We know better. It's PB2.
Right.
Or no, you have PB Fit.
PB Fit, right?
Yeah,
Same-
so it's the
is
same
that the
thing.
same
It's
thing?
the same thing. Yeah, it is. Just different brands.
Right.
So it was amazing. So it was my first time making it. So and it went off without a hitch. So
awesome.
we're going to be making that.
Very delicious.
And
That's
we
gonna
have
be
all
another
the
thing we're talking
ingredients now. So all we got to do is just whip out the camera,
Keep it rolling.
and film us making a blueberry chocolate PB Fit protein shake from the legendary Greg Doucette cookbook, the anabolic cookbook.
Yep. Yeah. The
So
anabolic cookbook.
anyway, so Hurricane.
So anyway, yeah, that's a little preview for what we're going to be going over on Friday. But today we have Hurricane Sammy,
Sally.
Hurricane Sally.
Sammy's
Yeah. I'm gonna open the door real quick, but I'm gonna start to play this video, and if you guys want to comment over it a little bit. So this is my mom. She lives out in Pensacola, Florida, and they had a bunch of rain going on, and it just did not. It's just a mess down there. I'm gonna go.
Damn. I don't miss those days, even though it was kind of exciting when you had a hurricane, because I'm from the South as well, and even in South Carolina, we obviously got a lot of, oh, hell yeah. Sorry, off camera, the booze cruise just got here.
Just
Here we are. So, damn, 2 of them.
Somebody cares about you, boss.
Yeah, I've never actually. I've been in one hurricane. Like I've been
Oh my God, yeah.
in several up here, but not like that. It's just
Yeah.
more rain.
I haven't experienced anything like that since I was a kid, but we used to get hurricanes, of course, all the time, and
It's just
That's-
all
that's
that water,
wild, yeah.
all that water everywhere. It's ridiculous. That's so living in Florida, we never really had to deal with too much of that. That's just that we didn't have much.
It's
and
weird
I guess
because-
our area in Defuniak, we didn't have much flooding.
it's
I'm
weird
sure
because
some
like
spots.
either Florida is getting completely fucked or nothing at all.
perfectly fine
Yeah.
or perfectly fine.
Like I saw a meme earlier. I think Dane had shared it, and it was like it showed the hurricane and it showed we're here, and it was like this is the most normal thing that's happened to us in 2020, and I was like, damn.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. And like all my Florida friends are posting up these memes talking about like showing all the flooding, and they're like, yeah, still coming to work though, right?
Yeah, I
Boss
mean,
is like texting them, still coming to work
and
though,
that's
right?
the crazy thing. Like obviously up here, if this were to happen, it wouldn't happen that frequently, and so you would be okay not going to work. It wouldn't be like, oh, you used up all your call out times, or it's like no. Nature is like,
There's a
don't
flood.
do it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
down there, they're like, well, I gotta go to work. Like and that's fucking crazy. Like you guys like have like hurricane parties and
Yeah,
shit like
yep,
that.
yep,
Fuck
the hurricane
that.
parties.
The first time it rains when I'm down there, I'm like, oh, I'm going to move some work. I'm like,
Oh hell yeah!
oh damn! Oh, son of now the video you're showing is that your mother's?
That's my
video?
mom's video.
Why
Yeah,
is
that was.
different?
This is the.
Oh, I almost
We'll
gave
let
you a
them calm
stutter
down
just
first.
now. You gotta be careful.
Hey man, can we be professional?
Hell yeah.
Can we sit down and be professional?
Oh, this is professional. This is how Stone Cold would act.
Oh, I hope not.
Oh, hell yeah. You know, fuck you guys. I'll get to drink this. We do.
Anyway,
So now we don't have to go to New Jersey.
Nope, it's here in Maryland. It's been in Maryland, actually.
it's made it to Maryland.
I've been on my anabolic shit lately, so
Yep,
I haven't been trying to lay off the Steve Weisers.
So yeah, man, that's crazy. I'm glad Mama's doing okay.
Yep, and that's it's just so crazy, man, because it's like a lot of Florida people really. Are you okay?
He's trying to
I
force
offered him a
alcohol
Stone
down
Cold
my
beer,
fucking-
and he said no.
Dang.
Would you like one, Ronald? Or
Yeah, I'll
you're
take
gonna
it.
wait? Because I know you already have
I'm
one.
gonna set it over here.
Hell, all right,
I
we're
sneezed
done.
all
We're
the way
done.
over here.
We're done.
He didn't even have a mask on.
We're
either.
done. He doesn't have a mask. He sneezed, so he obviously has coronavirus,
Exactly.
and we
Exactly.
can't be in the same fucking room together.
Fuck.
But all that flooding going on down there. In Florida, Florida is just one of those places people get used to the hurricanes. It's one of those things that people just, I guess, in California they have earthquakes and they feel a little bit of
wildfires.
rumbling. Yeah, and especially the
But
wildfires.
I don't think you can get used to the wildfire.
Right. You got to get out now.
Right.
But like the earthquakes, you'll just feel a little bit of rumbling, and people are like, it's no
and I
big
think
deal.
they like the same thing with hurricanes. Like I'm gonna use Katrina as an example. Obviously, that wasn't Florida, but it obviously hit that area.
Right,
But
right.
New Orleans got devastated a lot more.
Head on with right.
But they're
head on
used
with
to
New
these, and they're
Orleans.
like, it's just a torn. I mean, it's just a hurricane, and you're not expecting it to be that
To
wild.
do-
Then you're like,
right.
oh, this one's not playing games.
And it was more so the levees with
Right.
with that, yeah, because the levees
There's whole
broke.
conspiracy theories behind everything, but it's
Mm-hmm.
going back to the California earthquakes, they probably feel a little rumbly, and then they're like, it's just normal. Just do the normal things you do when this happens.
Right.
And then sometimes it's like, oh no, this is the big dick. Like we need
Right,
to.
right. We need to get
I
out
don't
of
know if
here.
there's anything you can do.
We
It's not
need to
like
get
you can
outta
just
here.
Leave. It's
Right.
not like
Right.
you know what I mean. You know a hurricane's coming. You know if your area in general is on fire,
Right.
and it's coming your direction, and you have time to get. So earthquakes are a little bit different, but there are places where people suffer these tragedies. And I say tragedies because it doesn't always have to end in loss of life, but it's still your loss of livelihood if you can't go to work or if you lose your home. And they live there. Like here in Maryland, we don't deal with that. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like I think the last time like Maryland had a taste of a hurricane was Hurricane Sandy a few years ago.
Oh
And
yeah,
that-
but it's scary with
And
that.
that was mainly
But-
like Jersey
yeah,
and
but
New
I'm
York
saying-
area,
Right.
but we got some too.
But what it did to New Jersey and New York, nothing like that happened.
Yeah,
here.
I know we don't.
So-
Yeah, but this area we don't experience that.
Right,
very
but that's
often
the
at
thing
all.
though, because then it's just like in California, they build their buildings prepared
Right.
for earthquakes.
Right.
So when it happens, it's going to be ready for that type
Yeah.
of stuff. New York's not built for hurricanes,
Right.
So a hurricane coming at New York, ooh,
It's not built for
holy
anything.
fuck.
no, right. Just
Right.
just
They can't even handle
having
the rats.
a lot of
Like,
people-
you know, like,
Right.
Shit, Jason went to New York and fucked shit up. Man.
But
They're
that's
not built for shit.
that's the funny thing about Floridians, because Floridians, they don't really take it seriously unless it's about a category 4, and there's only 5 categories. So hurricane 1 to 3, people are cool with the hurricane parties, man, because it's like, okay, probably not going to work for a week. Power's going to be out of the whole town.
Yeah.
Might as well stock up, have some food, have plenty of ice, plenty
of
of batteries, plenty of alcohol, plenty of what are those things called? Candles? You didn't even light a candle this time.
Oh my!
Can you stay in your seat?
Nope.
Can you do your damn job?
He can't do it. He
Oh
can't
my
do
God.
it.
Hey, between you and me, I say we replace this guy.
We're working on it.
fucking
We're
whole
working on it.
new-
We just can't find somebody.
He's gotta
It's
be a
hard
white
to
guy
find a
with dreads.
replacement.
He's
Yeah, well, there's no white guys with dreads, with red dreads at that.
That make him look good,
Right.
Including
Who can
Jimmy.
work them off?
including Jimmy.
Right. Right.
So,
We'll lose everything, Jimmy.
we
Come
like
back.
We like that confidence.
Please come back.
You will know.
Ooh, I
by
forgot how strong this beer was.
I'm gonna make
What, the
you
Stone Cold beer?
famous,
In terms
kid.
Is it
taste,
Stone?
not like-
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm drunk, but in terms of taste, I forgot how.
Yeah, don't
hoppy
you
it was.
disrespect? It's about to go off in this son of a bitch.
But no, like, and
Son
just, I think
of
it's
a
also really
bitch.
the lower half of the United States because the Midwest they have mudslides and stuff to deal with too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that shit will come. and
Forgot
get
about
you,
that, too.
No warning. Like you sleep at night and then you're in heaven the next day, and it's like, damn. Like mudslides will get you, bro.
Right.
Like people be
I've
minding
seen
their
some
business. and-
I've seen some videos of some like mudslides. There's a YouTube channel that I watch all the time. It has a bunch of like top 5 shit in it, like top 5 worst this and whatever.
Right.
And it was like top 5 landslides caught on camera.
Oh, wow.
And it's like a whole house. You know what I mean? And it just gets fucking carried away. Like there's your house floating down the road. Like it's
By
just
any
gone.
chance, was this video set to this tune of Fleetwood Mac?
No, I don't get the reference.
Oh, bro!
I don't get it either.
Landslide?
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I get it.
Well,
I get it.
I'm guessing that's a song.
Yeah, so
from
I'm
them.
assuming the video was. I'm
Brought it
assuming the video
down.
had a very serious.
Uh,
So they wouldn't just play a song that would.
Fleetwood Mac
Remedy
aren't
that.
they the ones that sing the that love song that was real popular? The
You're literally naming all the songs ever. Every song ever has been a love song, and it was popular.
no,
So
their
I'm
song
with-
Fleetwood Mac.
But I don't know what song you're talking about. I'm just joking. Like, so he's gonna look it up. I don't. You're not
Fleetwood
giving me a
Mac song?
lyric. You're not giving me a
Because I can't think of it
rhythm?
right now.
It's not Landslide?
As soon as I see it,
landslide. I hope not. Well, it probably is somewhat of a love song. I don't know. I don't know. The
It's like a
subject
broken
matter.
I might
Heart
be
song?
thinking of somebody else.
You might be, but we don't know. We can't answer your.
I know that.
Fleetwood Mac
I'm
do
not
Dancing Queen?
arguing that.
No, that's ABBA.
That was a good
I would
song.
be really
That's a
disappointed.
good song.
That's a good song. I'd be really disappointed if Fleetwood Mac had made that song
Why would you be disappointed?
because they don't go together. Like, if Fleetwood Mac's like, you know what, guys, we're gonna have the best dancing queen, something, only 7. Like,
Yeah.
God damn, Fleetwood, you really fucking sold
Yeah,
that.
They sold
they're not
themselves
even
out big
the
time.
same people. I'm
Big
thinking of.
time.
But do you know
Big
the
time.
song yet? Oh, you don't. You're saying the band's not even right. Are you sure
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not the same? 'Cause like
Yeah,
I said,
'cause
Do you
the
guys,
other
do you
guy-
guys in the chat, have you guys experienced any really bad? So we're probably going to go into some like your experiences with bad weather, some of the worst experiences that you guys have had with
Oh,
bad
yeah.
weather.
I got a couple.
If you guys in the chat have any, let us know, because I think that's an interesting conversation to have. Because from Florida, being in Florida, we always had the hurricanes. The hurricanes was the main thing. I mean, then we'd have like the heat waves, and the heat waves you literally just have to stay inside. People would not
Yeah.
go to work because it's
So
too
you
hot
would
out.
get that
So
up here
hot.
too, but it obviously wasn't to that level. Like Florida is a different beast than Maryland, but
Right, they're all
obviously I think everywhere in the summer you'll get like, oh, it's a heat wave or a 76-year-old person died of a heat stroke. It happens, but it's not as severe. So I don't really have any stories. Like I said, I've been caught in a hurricane. I was in Virginia, but it was more bad because we were out. Like it was me, my aunt, and my cousin because we were out driving. Like once we got to the house, everything was cool, you know? Like
When I lived in Georgia, I was in
What part of Georgia?
Douglasville. So
Yeah, how far away is that from Barnesville? Were we close to some of your
I'm
old
not
stomping
sure.
grounds? That's an interesting.
because
yeah.
I think it's like almost an hour outside of Atlanta.
So it's
it's probably in that
depending on
area,
right.
depending on the radius. Yeah. So we lived in Douglasville, and I remember I was in my first tornado, and that shit was wild because I remember it was me, my mother, and my stepfather at the time, and we were driving home from somewhere, and it was dark, and we were passing this field, and it was just lightning, but it was like that purplish pink lightning. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And off in the distance, you can see like formations, like in the clouds, real quick when it would like lightning or whatever. So we rushed home. Finally got home, and I remember my stepdad was like rushing us like downstairs to get in the basement, stuff like that. And then finally after because you could hear shit flying everywhere, shit hitting stuff. You know, I thought like because of like movies and shit, like I was like, dude, we're gonna come out of the basement and just a house is gonna be gone.
Right.
But our house was actually fine. It was the weirdest thing. We walked outside and our street was good. I mean, there was like tree branches and shit like that.
Right.
But our street was good. You go down like maybe a few houses down to the stop sign. That street was just gone. Not gone. I don't
Was
want
it flooded?
I want to be over dramatic. It was a tornado. So it
Oh,
was
wow.
like
Everything probably
roofs
was
were
gone.
fucked up.
That's
And
the-
trees were down.
That's
and-
one of the worst things about hurricanes because you can prepare for that high wind, and I mean, if you're not really prepared, it'll mess you up. But though you can't prepare for those tornadoes, and those hurricanes will be whipping off those tornadoes
Yeah.
like nothing.
So-
I remember listening to the radio one time, and we were in the house, power was out, and we had one of the wind-up radios going, and one of those wind-up radios was talking about 4 different tornadoes that was in the area, you know, and it's just like nothing
Yeah.
you can do.
And that
Nothing
was
you can do.
so that was pretty intense. And then I remember my second tornado was actually in Florence, South Carolina, and me and my
We
mom
passed through there.
We did, and me and my mom lived on the top floor of this particular apartment, and they called for a tornado warning and this and that, and we didn't really take it that serious. It was windy as shit outside, and then it was weird because I'll never forget. Like my mom told me, she was like, Jimmy, she's like, she opened the front door because everything got quiet, like everything got real quiet, and she was like, she called me to the door and because she opened it, she's like, look, she's like, is it quiet to you? Like, is it? And I was like, yeah. Like, wasn't it just storming? And it just got dead silent. It was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. And then like out of nowhere, just hail and wind, just like almost like somebody turned a switch on, and it just got like fucking like it was just chaos. And then you could start hearing the shit flapping around and all that stuff. So she rushed me to the bathroom and put me in the bathtub, and she got her mattress off her bed and she put it over us in the fucking tub. And then you can hear like the roof, like it sounded like it was like pulling. And I'm in the bathtub like, oh, so sorry.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm confessing.
I'll pray to the Lord now.
I'm confessing. Now, I was a kid, dude. I probably
Yeah,
had to be
yeah.
like 8, 9 or
See,
something like that.
You guys are lucky you're small people because in my household, only one person would have been in that bathroom.
Well, it was just me and my mom.
It
It was just me and my mom. So
Yeah,
it's
so y'all
like,
were good.
yeah. And then I remember afterwards we go out because during that time, like we heard like windows, like fucking in our apartment, like windows were like shattering. And I was like, oh, I could not believe this is happening. So then we go outside after it's all said and done. Of course, everybody's outside. Everybody's looking and everything. Everybody talking about this shit for the next 30 years. I'm talking about it now. But me and my friends, our little neighborhood friends or whatever, we start throwing hail at each other because we were, why not? You know, and we were just picking them up, throwing them at each other.
Yeah, they're
And
like little
while,
rocks.
like,
you
yeah,
know?
while like all the neighbors are like, "Are you okay? Are you? Oh my God, I know."
Are you okay?
And everybody anxiety. It's like, yeah, so they're
Yeah.
doing,
Yeah.
So me and my friends just started throwing hell at each other, and and there was a few of the buildings were pretty badly like damaged, but nothing too crazy.
Right.
But yeah, so those are off top. I mean, I've been in tons of fucking hurricanes.
Yeah,
But,
I have too. That's the thing, and especially in Florida. I never really participated in the hurricane parties. Usually, I just want to be ready to just get it over with. The main thing that we really liked, or I really liked about it, was assessing the damage afterwards. The very next day, it's beautiful weather, the sun's out. It's like nothing even happened. But then you walk down the street a little bit and there's trees down. Some of the trees hit some people's houses. Some of the tree, like there's just trees everywhere. And then and it made me think that like that's kind of Mother Nature's way of clearing out the brush. All these dead trees that are about to go, come in, clean them all out, and then here we start anew. All the ones that could survive, they're good to go. And I remember going back. There was a trailer. We lived in a yellow house. We used to call it the Roach House. Guess why we used to call it the Roach House?
Because roaches live there with you.
Because we lived with the roaches.
Oh, shit.
You guys had to pay them rent.
we had to pay the roaches
There was
rent.
more of them, and they were
And,
here first. Like,
and they're going to be here a long time afterwards too. But we would live there, and I remember walking down the street and seeing a trailer with the tree scratched on it. And we were looking for the neighbors, but we couldn't find anybody. And we were like, oh, my goodness, you know, that type of stuff. But they actually evacuated. They left. They went somewhere else because I guess it's probably a bad idea to be in a trailer around a lot of trees during a
Yeah,
hurricane.
and you get some people that they don't care what. It could be a Category 8. Like
They're going to ride it out, baby.
But they ride
They're
it out.
going to ride it out, baby.
They stay.
We
And
knew
Because
so,
that's
so
their-
many
that's their
hillbillies that would do
homes,
that.
man.
yep,
Like,
they would stay.
All right,
They
let's
won't
let's
go
go
nowhere.
on up to the chat to see if anybody's
and
got
some
any.
people don't have places to go. you
Right,
know?
right. So Lori said that hurricanes and blizzards here. Yeah, they have hurricanes. You're in. She's in Massachusetts, so hurricanes and blizzards in Massachusetts. You get a hurricane up there?
You missed
I didn't know they got hurricanes up
They had
there
a
as well.
snow tornado, snow tornado,
Yeah, they get
Snow-nado?
hurricanes,
NATO.
Because I don't know if
Sharknado.
it's just on the land though. I'm just thinking about like the Perfect Storm, the movie.
Yeah.
And that was in that area, but they were also in the water.
Right,
So
right.
They get nor'easters.
But it was also a
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, that
So
makes
I don't know
sense.
the difference.
It was also
Right.
a movie. Like The Day After Tomorrow is a movie as well.
But the
I didn't
Perfect
know if
Storm is
you knew
actually
that.
based off of a real event.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Shows how much I know.
We've had
I tried to
tornadoes and
be
hurricanes
insulting,
and
but-
flooding here. Stephanie Cook said, tornadoes scare me. And then I posted back, tornadoes are horrible. Tornadoes,
Yeah,
I mean, because
all
they
of
do
this-
so much crazy damage, but it's just a smaller,
Right.
it's like a smaller space, you
But
know?
they just hop.
Right,
They just boom,
right.
boom. But yeah, all of it's fucking frightening. Like I know up here we had the flooding a few years ago, and it didn't affect me personally, like other than the rain.
Right.
But there were places that are 20 minutes, 30 minutes away that obviously Ellicott City got fucking destroyed.
Right.
And
Ellicott City couldn't stop getting destroyed.
but Ellicott City's also
It's
right
under
on water.
Yeah,
Or it's
yeah.
well, it was underwater while it was happening.
Right,
But it's above it on a normal
And
day.
do
Go
not
figure,
be
go
delivering
figure.
food when that shit happens.
I do have a second-hand account of some Ellicott City flooding.
So just real quick to set up
Shit.
some context here. A couple of years ago, a town near us up here called Ellicott City, which is a very historic town. They had some issues with flooding, to say the least. It
Well,
was
they're
one
under,
year.
They're under sea level, right?
Yeah,
but
it
they're
was,
like
it
are they
was
a harbor city?
but
Are
it was
they
like the 1,000-year flood
I think
deal.
it's because they're under the sea level.
You know what I mean? So, and then what? 1 year, and then I think skipped a year, and then
Then
the
it
year
came
after
back.
that, it came
Yeah.
back. Another 1,000-year flood, they were saying,
Right.
and it wiped this fucking town. Like, oh my God! So Bob knew somebody. Was it the first one or the
It
second
was
flood?
the first one, man. Like I was doing Uber, and I picked up this dude, and he's talking about like how he was homeless since the flooding, and he was going
Dang.
from. I picked him up from a really nice house, but he was going to somebody else's house. I guess he was just bouncing around until shit got situated. Understandable, but he was telling me about that first flood. It's like it was him and his 3 roommates. They're in the apartment. They're fucking smoking, playing video games, and they ordered fucking food. And they know it's not like they don't know what's going on outside. The hurricane's going on, but they're just chilling. They're just not out in the streets. They're just taking normal precautions. But they order food. They go. The one dude I'm talking to, the one in my car, says he goes to get the fucking food, and then he runs back to his apartment and he's putting on his fucking rain boots and shit. And his roommates are like, "Bro, what the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "Come on, guys, you gotta go, man. Put on your boots, put on your swim trunk." They were like, "What are you talking about?" They was like, "Man, the delivery man opened the door to get the food, and he got swept away. We gotta go get him."
What?
And I-
What?
And we're laughing because
What?
the way Bob says it, and
Oh
when
my
I first heard him
God.
tell this story, his fucking delivery and the food man got swept
Like,
away
he's
had
like,
me
the dude was
dying.
like, he opened not the door to this apartment, but like the apartment building, and it's like as soon as he opened that door, he's like, the food man got
Your
swept
total will
up
be
right
19.
next- and like, and he's
Gone.
like, "What the fuck? We gotta go get dude." And like I don't know what they did that night, but he was like, "Yeah, the next day or whatever, we called to see if the delivery man was okay, because obviously we didn't find him, and they were like, we don't know who you're talking about." So like that's like the weird.
He was
so
just
He
gone.
was expendable
He
as
was just
shit
gone.
to China Express. China Express was like, "Well, Paul, we don't like him anyway. He always
He's-
slow. We always got to refund money. Fuck Paul. We don't know who you're talking about."
We
If,
lost too much money
um,
with him anyway.
If you guys want to, you can go type in like YouTube. I'm sure it's like the Ellicott City floods, and I think Ellicott is spelled what E-C-L-I-L.
Damn, bro.
No,
Where's that
time out.
out?
Yeah.
E-L-L-I-C.
I-C-O-T-T.
Yes.
Okay, Ellicott City. I forgot the L's.
Well,
Okay?
you clearly forgot the L.
Ellicott City floods. I don't know. Anyways,
And like, there's
Then-
older businesses there, and this was my thing. Like, there are older businesses there that sure you can get your insurance money and whatnot, but you're selling like antiques and stuff that can't be replaced.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
it's
there's a
not
lot
like
of
you're
small
selling.
businesses there.
It's not like you're selling electronics or books or
Right.
it can't be replaced. So
Right.
you can take that money and try to start something else, but
It was
what if
it was
still
crazy
outside of your
because
world?
like a lot of small businesses are on that main street, and they, of course, after the
In the
first
Ellicott
one,
City?
yeah, of course, after the first one, they rebuilt. We're strong, EC strong. It's like, yeah, obviously, right? You're
Right,
going to
right.
rebuild your
You have to,
businesses
right.
because they think something like that's never going to happen again.
Never again.
Well, next summer went off without a hitch. Everything's fine. Business is booming. Ellicott City's rebounding. Next year, fucked. Here we go again. Hey, here we go again. Washed them all out again. Same exact
OMG,
flood. Just, I
right.
mean, the street's on kind of a hill, and it's just like a fucking waterfall.
And it's a beautiful.
And if you
crazy.
want, Ron, I don't know if we're done
I can
talking
do it.
about this or not, but
No,
you
no,
could
no.
even,
I just have the video going while we're talking about weather stuff. I can put up some weather
You
stuff.
could YouTube, like, same thing I told all them to YouTube, but maybe we can get like a little piece of footage.
Here,
going
I'll
of
put it up real quick. Just give me a moment.
Just because I don't think you guys, for those who don't
My
know
favorite
about
team,
it,
I can't afford those
because I think it
tickets.
did
Like,
definitely
I'm
made
just saying, like, I can't afford those.
national
I was
news, but you know, I don't ever watch the fucking news, so you know, I don't assume that everybody else does. But like, this shit was intense, bro. It was like a fucking legit river.
Like I remember the
What is it
night.
I'm looking up?
Like they need to call
Ellicott City
Ellicott
flooding?
City floods.
I remember the night it happened, the first flood. I had took one of my friends home. She lived like more in the sticks, like not like too far, but I dropped her off and I was on my way home and like
2018 or 2016?
2016 was the first
That
one.
was the first one, yeah.
So I'm going down this road that I would normally go and there's like a cop.
Climate change is forcing many
Shut up, bitch.
Am I talking or is she talking?
You're talking.
She's a bitch.
Well, he stopped it. I
She
didn't
ain't
know what
on
was
our
going on.
show.
But well, she
I'm
is.
just gonna put the footage
She is
on.
right now. But no, and there's a cop car sitting on this bridge that I usually go on. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking they just pulled somebody over because there's lights on. I was like, I can't get there. It's like one lane. So I back up and go a different way. And it wasn't until later on I realized the cop was there because if you go this way, that water's
shit's
gonna
gonna
get you.
get fucked.
That water's
It's
gonna
gonna
get
get you. It's gonna get you.
So, that was good. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that
other
is-
than that, I haven't really experienced the weather phenomenon. So
All right, let's see. Let's see some of this footage. Let's see some of this footage.
Hopefully they got like people actually recording the
Well,
flood.
the thumbnail, yeah, the thumbnail show. Oh, here we go. All right,
This shit is wild.
we're gonna go back. We're gonna let it play through a little bit.
Look at that.
Let
She
these
is
people.
so
Oh my goodness,
Baltimore.
PBS. Why are
I
you trying to
love it.
get me? Why are you trying to get me?
That's
All
a
right, there we
Baltimore
go.
Hunt if I've ever seen one.
That is. She's from the Hun
I
Fest,
love
huh?
it. Her hair could be
Walking down
bigger,
the street, they're going to be talking about whatever. Let's turn that CC off.
I feel like I sound like this.
it's like the
There we
dude
go.
from Home Alone.
Check out some of that. Some people in their stores, and oh man,
Yeah, but that's not even like half
it
of
gets worse.
Yeah.
It gets worse. There's a lot. This is just a little bit, but we're gonna keep. Why? What do you? It's
I
water.
don't want to get my feet wet.
You're going to get wet.
I just got my toenails.
There
Look
you
at
go.
this
There you
shit.
go. Oh
That's
boy.
a car being dragged down
Oh,
the
boy.
street.
Oh my. OMG. Oh,
And
is
the
that the
street
cleanup
that's
efforts there now?
on the main street is a beautiful street.
All right. All right. I'm not doing no news article anymore. Just show me the footage, guys. Let's see the footage.
Wake
Let's
up,
see here.
wake up, wake up! It's the birth of the mom. I don't know
There
why
we go.
I chose to sing Bone Thugs, but
There we go. I think we're good with that now.
So Maura, you do live in Chicago, and we can't wait to come up there and.
Oh my goodness!
Chow
Another news
down.
article. I hate YouTube now. No
Well,
offense,
it's okay.
YouTube,
I think
even though
people
I
got
like
their point.
us being able to stream on the old YouTubes. I just want to see the footage.
yeah, the
Let's
old
see
man
some footage,
definitely looks
guys.
like the old man from Home Alone,
Here we go.
the one that helps him, helps Kevin.
Yeah, he does. He does. Oh, water's coming in, guys. Water's coming in.
Look, there's. Look at the fucking cars passing
Look
by.
at that,
That's
dude!
water,
Get out of there, man!
You know?
I mean, they got nowhere to go.
Get on the
You
roof.
can't go outside.
Go on the roof. Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at that.
You better get out of there.
Like, oh no!
Oh my goodness,
Like,
where are you gonna go?
It's like, oh no, it's a close call. Oh no!
I guess I'm going swimming.
I guess I'm going swimming. She's all right. So
Her
that's
rain.
And now all of a sudden, showcases are following me around in the water and toppling over. And I did not want to drown in my store.
I don't know.
I would hope you would.
yeah. I mean,
Are y'all gonna open that door?
what would be the opposite?
Are they trying to open that door to get out of there?
Damn, could you imagine looking at your business and that happening?
Is this the antique store?
Yeah, something like that.
Is he gonna help Kevin McAllister?
I'm mad you
He's gonna
remember
hit
his
him
last
hit a
name. I
wet
couldn't
bound
remember
with a
his
wet
last
bandage.
name.
Wet bandits.
Candlestick telephone, which was made out of metal, and he broke the glass in the top of the door. And he just said, Joni, I want you to hold on to me as tight as you can. Do not let go.
Inside of the store, it was probably just above our knees, but outside,
Oh,
we did step out into it. It was almost
Yeah, guys, that's a street, by the way. A fucking normal ass street.
That is a street.
to a second-story porch right over there.
No, thank you.
And we all have to talk like this.
Why do we have to present this to you? So
The
that you,
flood was
I sound
dragging
educated.
I
This
think
is how you
everyone
talk.
away.
I think
They
that's
teach
just
us in college to talk like this.
Chris, back to you.
the water was up to our chin.
The wooder, but they still can't say wooder.
That's how they close it. They always go, and then the worst was over. And now, Chris, back to you.
y'all are
Every fucking one. Listen,
What they proposed was radical, tearing down
wait till he throws it back.
in the historic heart of this town, including Joan Eve's shop. That would widen the river channel.
Look at that multicam shot. Multicam shot.
They hoped that would reduce the severity of future floods by allowing the water to spread out.
Yeah, spoiler, it didn't.
$50 million. The fate of
And it didn't work.
It didn't work. I don't even know if they finished it. Yeah, I don't think they actually did it.
Many have doubts about spending $50 million when there are demands for more schools, more roads, more housing.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah, okay, just flood the town.
no, we can't. Hey, well, screw a flood. I want to have a school.
Councilman Weinstein understands
We know how ridiculous that sounds, right?
But then you have to weigh that with the practical aspects of if we don't take this bold step, then what will be left of the town if another storm happens?
Right.
I just think that it is unfortunate that these buildings have become essentially the victim of urban development.
You have to have buildings removed for the safety of the people. Why is there any other thought?
I think about the most recent event in Florida and what happened in
As we're talking
North
about.
Carolina, what's happened in Puerto Rico, and what has happened in Texas.
Puerto Rico
and
still ain't.
Dude, Houston got
yeah.
fucked.
California, and I can truly empathize with
California
these people.
wildfires
So
right
I
now?
think we need to take a very good look at how we
I just want to hear the guy throw it back to the fucking studio.
so we can guarantee
I don't think he's going to get a shot, too.
for future generations.
These people are hardly alone in facing climate changes, but here the question is immediate. Do they have to destroy the heart of town in order to save its future? And can they come up with an answer before the next big rain? For the PBS NewsHour, I'm John Yang in Ellicott City, Maryland.
I'm
enough.
John Yang
Close
from
enough,
Ellicott
close
City,
enough.
Maryland. Well, no, if he would have thrown it back to the studio, that's how they would have done it.
Yeah. Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
Elizabeth, back to
But
you.
that's the crazy thing about it, though. Like, let me go back to the chats real quick and make sure that we're all caught up with everybody.
After this, we gotta lighten it up, man. I'm fucking heavy.
Yeah, Lori said that was scary. Philip Stamper said that Category 4 hit Long Island in the early 1900s. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I wouldn't want to be there for that.
They
Stephanie
probably
could.
didn't have the technology.
I was a teenager
Right, to deal
back
with
then.
any
It
of
was
that.
crazy.
They probably weren't even. They were not ready for that at all. Which we've had snow, storms, homebound for a week. Rachel Molester said we have roads flooded and washed out right now. Lori, we had a blizzard in '78. We have blizzards here too, Amora. And she said Amora said that we have we've had a snowstorm one year that left the snow up to my shoulders, and I'm 5'9". She's almost 6 foot, almost 6 feet worth of ice, snow.
I don't give a fuck, man.
You can't take him anywhere.
He can't.
Just keep
You
going.
can't. So then, and then Lori said that my dad barely got home from work when that hit, which was the blizzard.
The audience is supposed to laugh at us, not make me laugh.
Yeah. There we go. So that's what's crazy. Weather is weather. I don't know, man. Weather is weather, and you got to deal with the weather as much as you can.
I've actually got tears in my fucking eyes.
Trying to keep this thing on the rails.
Shit, man.
All right. Do you guys want to cover a different story now?
Yeah,
Well,
let's lighten
you wanna-
that
Were
shit
you,
up.
Do you want to change it up and lighten it up a little bit?
So that was the only video though that your mom sent. Was
I mean,
that
she's
one?
got a couple more, but
Okay.
that was the best one.
Yeah. Okay. That is wild though. But
Yeah,
is,
but we're
is everybody
praying
down
for
there
you.
okay?
We're praying for you, Pensacola. Everyone that I know is okay so far. I know that they, while we were going live earlier, my brother popped in and said that they're going through a hurricane. So I guess if the
Yeah.
hurricane was still going, that those first initial winds probably pushed it into Pensacola, and
Right.
there's a lot of areas in Pensacola that are under sea level as well. So it's kind of asking for it. And usually the people who are under sea level are not like it's not the best areas.
Right.
So generally, those areas are the ones that get wiped out first.
Yeah.
That's just part of the game.
They are asking for it.
They're asking, right?
That's
right.
what I think. I think they are asking.
Exactly. Why do you live there then?
It's not the hurricane.
Why do you live there?
Jimmy
It's like
said
those
stuff
people.
Like that before, though.
Oh no, I'm about to say it
About to,
now.
like-
I'm about to say it. I know exactly. It's like those people in Oklahoma or Kansas,
Tornado Valley?
the Tornado Valley or Alley or whatever it's called, and they get their home the fuck ripped out of the ground and thrown into fucking space, and then they're outside, just in tears like, I lost everything. This is my dream home.
Right.
You fucking decided to go to Tornado Alley, a place that is called Tornado Alley, to build your
called
dream home.
Tornado
You know
Alley,
why?
right.
You know why they built it? Because I guarantee you the homes there are stupid cheap. Because they know they're going to get ripped and thrown over fucking Mars, and it's
Right.
just like fucking like, how you can't get mad. Like, okay, I understand. Like,
kind of accept it.
Look, I
You
get
gotta
it. Like,
accept
I'm not
it.
saying like people that lost their loved ones. I'm not trying to make fun of that, but I'm just saying like, what did you expect?
Right.
What did you expect? That tornadoes are normal. It was driving down the street. Oh, look, there's a tornado. Oh, it's so beautiful. And it's like, that's normal.
I'm gonna run to the restroom.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't understand like those people that get all upset. You know, fucking don't move to
Yes,
fucking
sir,
Oklahoma.
Thank you, sir.
You don't want to have earthquakes? Don't go to California. You
Yeah,
don't want
but
Oklahoma,
some people are just born there. I mean, I do get it. There are people that's like, I'm leaving Baltimore. I'm gonna go live in Kansas, and I live in Tornado Valley. That was a choice, and like, but you know, some people are, they can't leave.
I watch a lot of tornado like documentaries because like weather really does fascinate me. So like I do watch a lot of like tornado chaser videos. Like I follow a couple of like storm chaser like YouTube channels, and you know like it's cool because you know you get into like the science of it and all that, and to like see those guys like chase down like tornadoes and like that's what they do, and it's like I always thought that shit looked really fun. Like if I was in that area, you know, I wouldn't have a problem at all doing that type of. You know, they actually in certain parts have tours that you could actually pay, and they take you on like a tornado tour. I'm sure there's some shit you might have to sign, but you know, like if this van gets fucking thrown fucking 30,000 feet in the air, we're not responsible. But it's like, and I would totally do that. I would 1,000% if I went there, I would take a tornado tour. Would you take a tornado tour?
I wouldn't like.
Yeah, no, they get you in a van.
I mean, I wouldn't.
And they take you to a bunch of where tornadoes are.
I wouldn't travel like from my home to this place for this, but if
Not
I'm
just
in
for that,
somewhere
if you're in the area.
and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have a tornado tour," and I'd be like, "I've done weirder, worse,
We were
scarier
talking-
shit, so let's go." You know?
We were talking about hurricane parties and how that's a thing down south. I've been in a couple. Can you imagine tornado parties? Like they just said, fuck it, there's a tornado coming, and they're just turning up, just getting lit inside. The fucking roof is blowing off. They're like, yeah.
Well, I think it's
Fucking
also
last one to get fucking swept out, they win.
they
Yeah.
probably do have. They're probably just hiding in their basement all together, like
Fucking-
pass
fucking-
that fucking whiskey. Or
Your
they-
fucking best friend Tom gets sucked out of the window. It's like, oh, Tom's a bitch. He's the first one to go. You know?
Tom couldn't even make it to the basement. Like,
Couldn't even make it to the basement.
Oh,
What did
God,
Why did I just walk in on?
We have a
Sadly.
bad sense of humor, okay? I was saying you mentioned hurricane parties. I was
Right.
like, what if somebody had tornado parties?
sadly,
just-
the crew of SVR, if we all were in like one of these weather parties, these anomaly parties, we would be like that. After the initial
Yeah.
screaming,
Yeah.
we'd be like, "Yo, Rick was screaming like a bitch." Like,
He would.
It was like Rick.
I don't wanna die,
We were
Bob.
the only one. All y'all were screaming. It was like, but you were screaming like a bitch. Like we was
I was
screaming.
like-
I was like screaming like a bitch.
I was like, ah! You were like, ah!
You grabbed my hand and shit. You was like I hold your hand. I'm not dying like that.
Don't grab these bags,
just
baby. I know
hold
they're
me.
growing. But no, I ain't saving you. Yeah, Rick's like, come on, Bob. Hold my goddamn hand, man. I need you. God, I
Weather's
really
crazy
feel like we
though,
would
man.
be that
It's
way.
crazy that you know we don't really think about it like that though. You know, it's just crazy. It's it can take you out like that
can't-
very quickly. That's
You
life,
can't
you
control
know?
it.
You're right.
It's
No.
like, here we are. Boom. Done.
There we
It's
go.
So
like-
yeah, it's no different from anything else. Like when you're saying it's life, because random shit could just take you out.
For
Like,
sure, right. Anytime, a car wreck.
At any time, car
Yep.
wreck. It could be the most unforeseen shit. Like obviously, they know these people live in a place where there's a high propensity of these things can happen.
Right.
And you take precautions for it, just like you do with everything else. But it can still
It can still get
ruin
you.
your life.
Right, they can still get you no matter how.
And-
It's just like the people who work out and run marathons and
And they just
they live the
probably have a heart
healthiest, healthiest life ever. And they're getting their
Don't tell me
EKGs, they're getting
Never
everything
smoke.
checked out, never
I've
smoke.
been told you that, bro.
Now I'm just going to be like, well, fuck it. What's it all for? I'm just going to die anyways.
I've told you that before.
Well, you're trying to look good though. That's a good motivation.
yeah, if you want to look good,
That's a good motivation though. You know, at least you can enjoy it a little while at least
Sorry,
before you roll out. And
got
you have your
tears
heart
in my
attack.
eyes.
Your quick heart attack. Why are you sensitive?
Yeah, I haven't cried yet today. So
Yeah, so you got to get it out. You got to get your cry.
I'm not even that. That was wrong for me to laugh at. It'd be awesome if we all just cried daily. Like, you could probably get a lot of shit out of yourself.
I cry.
Normally I do
We
it.
cry together. Come on now.
I
You
don't
cry.
know.
I cry.
But I can guess it.
Bob knows
We
though.
cry.
Bob ain't
It
playing
sounds
dumb.
very familiar, but I don't.
That's
know.
all I know. I don't know anything else about the song, but I remember that part. I
If
remember
I
that
could
being
cry
part.
every day, I would.
I normally
Like,
do
if I
it
could
whenever
just
I
get it
wake
out.
up.
I believe
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'll just wake up and start crying,
You'll wake up.
and then
Because you're disappointed you woke up.
I'm just like, fuck.
Fuck, I gotta
do
live
this
another
again.
one more day,
I have
another
to
day.
do this again, man.
Well, then,
One
but
more
then you have to
day.
take comfort in the fact that maybe, just maybe, tomorrow's gonna be the day.
It probably won't be.
That's how you.
I'm kidding.
Is that how you motivate
I am
yourself?
optimistic.
Is that how you motivate yourself through this day? Like tomorrow, I could die. Let me just let me just have a good day.
No, because you hear people say like, oh, live every day like it's your last. And I mean, I get the saying, like I get it,
Right.
but it's hard to live in that. Like I get it if you're told, like, if you got some very unfortunate news about your health and you only have X amount of time to live,
Right.
then all of a sudden you're like fucking dialing it in and doing stuff, and then they say like, oh, everyone should live that way. And I understand that way of thinking, but it's just kind of hard when you don't think that way normally.
Right.
You know
You
what I
would-
mean?
but
Like,
you would legit have a good fucking time if you lived like every day was your last.
oh
day.
fuck
really
yeah.
You would have all the fucking.
You really
Yeah.
You would get bored. You'd be like, well, goddamn.
You would
I
realize
just live like it was my last day for 30 days. I can't have no more fun this
I'm
year.
done.
like you would very quickly like realize like all the things that are like important
important, yep.
and not important. Like
Yep.
fucking
That's the
you
thing.
fucking hate your job. Fuck it. Oh boss, you want me to do this? Well, eat my toe. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
not
I'm
what you
trying.
would normally say.
I'm trying.
You don't have to try.
Eat
That's-
my shit,
there
asshole.
you go.
I'm fucking leaving. Fuck you. Fuck this job. Fuck this company. I only got 20 days to live. Suck it. You know, and then you
Jimmy's
just
right.
fucking
this
go.
is
Thank you for
and
being
it's-
yourself,
And this
Jimmy.
is like not a forced segue, but you did talk
I got
about
yelled at for saying that yesterday.
leaving your job. I get yelled at every day for saying shit. Dude.
Because your shit is just all right. I'm sorry. Let's
But
not.
you mentioned leaving your job.
Oh,
We were actually
Why didn't I know that? I could have drank my beer.
we were talking.
I
One of
wouldn't
the
have.
articles we looked up was about a bus driver who won the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you want to read the article, but it's
Yeah, I can
basically-
break that out.
It's not even really anything to break up. This guy, he's a bus driver. He's 70-something years old. He played the same number every day for 20 years. He finally won the lottery, won $2 million. And he said he's going to quit his job and he's going to finally buy a car
Muscle
that he
car.
wanted to buy when he came home from war and from
Vietnam.
So those are cool aspirations. But
I
like,
guarantee you it was a Corvette. I guarantee
old
it.
muscle
He just
car,
said
probably.
muscle car. Yeah.
I guarantee it was a
But I don't
Corvette.
think the article said it, but it more than likely was.
Yeah,
Maybe he wanted
dipole.
a good old Mustang. A
It
Stang.
might have been an old,
for
an
nearly
old
2
Stang.
decades, he played the same numbers for nearly 2 decades.
The same number.
What a way! What a way! Hey man, that's following through though.
Go back
My
down
only
though.
thing
Was
with-
that here? Because that picture is apartments that are in Rosedale. Was that article from a
No,
guy that
that's
wanted
a
here?
that's an
ad?
advertisement. Yeah, that's
Son
an
of
So
a
the thing about
bitch.
this, the only thing I didn't know about the article, it didn't say how frequently he paid it. Like, did he pay
Yeah,
the same
I
number
was-
every
that's what I was
day, or
trying to
just
find,
once a
too.
week on payday, or
I would
you know what
assume
I mean?
like once a week maybe. That
So, I
seems to
mean-
be like what most people do, I guess.
because that $2 million might not be anything compared to all the money he spent. But either way, you get $2 million at one time.
I wonder
even
how much
after
money
the
he
taxes,
did. Yeah.
You're still good. And you're 70 something.
Right.
Like I worked at
And you're good to go now, man.
my first job out of high school, second job out of high school was Giant. And I actually worked with the woman who was a millionaire. She won the lottery.
Right.
But she didn't use the money. She was going to give it to her grandkids when she died and everything. But
You should have
She was still
gotten
working.
to know her. Got on the inside.
Got on the
And
inside.
got on the inside. Bob, we wouldn't. Come on,
We'd
man.
be living a high life.
I know.
So Amora also brought up an interesting thing for us to do. We need to check out Discord, because Discord apparently it helps you kind of put all of your stuff together, and then you can have it like separated into different. Because we do we're multifaceted. So we do Spitting Venom Radio, which we kind of cover. I mean, I don't want to say it's like. I mean, whatever we want to talk about.
It's just
really.
loose
It's
topics,
interesting,
loose
topics, whatever we
conversations.
want to talk about.
But
I just got my voice back.
But stuff like that, like, so if you won the lottery, $2 million,
That's what I'm here for.
what are you going to do with that?
What I'm here for.
When you're 70 or now?
Don't start the butter and tacos or whatever the fuck you said. Don't
We
do,
can't
don't,
just have a
don't
completely separate
do
conversation.
that.
Butter and tacos.
Butter and
Whatever
tacos.
you said. Something was butter and something
See,
was
that's the problem
tacos.
with you people. That's the problem with you motherfuckers.
Oh, what do you mean, you people?
Like you just want to be negative so much. You didn't cry enough this morning.
Oh, I want to be
You
negative.
need to cry
you didn't
more,
cry
Jimmy.
enough this morning because you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking to my bro.
If I won $2 million, what would I do? First thing, buy a
and
Corvette.
it could be this age or it could be when you're older.
Whenever.
buy a
Whatever, just-
Corvette. I would buy a Corvette.
And that's fine. Would you buy a certain year? Would you buy a?
I mean, if I
What is
if
your
I just
dream
had
car?
to,
If you could just get what you wanted, what would it be?
definitely a Corvette. I love Corvettes. That's my dream car. And probably, I guess, if I had it, the new ones, the 2020 mid-engine Corvettes.
It's a mid-engine.
It's like
See,
the
now we're
engine's
getting into car stuff, and I don't know
the
anything
engine's in the
about that.
back. It's not the
Oh,
front.
I got you.
It's in the back, so it's more like an exotic car, sports car. But yeah, I would get a brand new Corvette.
Faster or? I know nothing about cars either.
I don't have to break all that shit down. I just because I'm not an engine expert. I couldn't tell you all the specs,
All the
in
technicalities
terms of
about
like
it, yeah.
the benefits of having it in the front or the back. But just that's what I would get. That would be any car, that Corvette, or just any Corvette. I love Corvettes. What about yours? I know
would
you're not
get
a
like
car
an-
guy,
I would
but
get like
come
an.
on.
I would get an old Ford Bronco and fix it
Yeah,
up.
we talked about that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I would jack it up
old
and then
Bronco.
put a really good sound system in it.
Hell yeah.
Paint like
What
tinted
color?
black windows, huh?
What color? Any color.
Maybe
you know?
red.
A red one.
Maybe a red one or a black one.
Okay.
I mean, since we're buying cars, I'm gonna buy.
You only got $2 million to play with now, so don't be throwing out there Bugattis and shit.
I mean, how much does a goddamn Bugatti cost?
They cost $2 million.
Like $1 million something.
God damn! I need to go make friends with people who got Bugatti. Shit! Don't let me be driving down the street see somebody driving a Bugatti. I am slamming on my brakes in front of them. I'm getting paid. I'm like, man, you ain't gotta pay me. Just be my best friend. Like,
Right, just be my best friend.
We ain't even gotta call this shit in this car. Fuck this car. Like, oh,
I just want to be your friend.
I just want a new friend. Thank you for being my friend.
Right.
No, I would buy. There are several cars I would want to buy, but just to be weird.
What would be
I
your number
buy
one?
I don't know my number one, but I'm gonna just throw a weird one out there just because I want this car right now, and it's not like expensive. Just like yours probably isn't expensive, but I would buy a Buick Roadmaster station wagon, bro. Like,
That'd be pretty
the
cool.
white one, like old school, like the white with the fucking wood, the wood paneling on the outside.
Right.
I'm just a
Oh,
hokey motherfucker like that. I'm not
you wouldn't even be able to get one with $2 million.
Please tell me the price of this car.
So there's a few different models, but
Oh my goodness.
one of them is 1.4 million.
A Bugatti?
Yep, this one is 4.3 million.
I can see
What
that
what
number.
what makes it?
It's the
Is it like the
exotic of all
crazy
exotics.
engineering that they have?
Well,
Like
see,
it's its own
something.
thing.
I
Like
So
can
this
slap-
is a $4.5 million.
it's all
car.
handmade
Check it out.
pieces.
I can honestly say I wouldn't.
It
need
looks like an expensive car.
Four
but
and a
that's all I
half
see.
million.
But I wouldn't need it because I would never go the fastest it could even. potentially
I would
go.
kill myself in it.
I wouldn't.
How fast could that thing go? Is it like a race car?
Yeah, oh
I live in
yeah.
Baltimore, so I would put a big target on my back.
Oh,
They be like, yo, look at Shorty with that
Yep,
Bugatti.
yep,
Like, no,
yep.
it's not a Bugatti.
Look at the back of
this
it.
is a fake Gotti. Like,
I mean, it just looks like an intense
It
fucking
looks like
car.
a different. Yeah, it's a different. Different type of car.
More power to the people.
It'll
that-
stick
that
out.
have it.
It'll stick out if you're driving it. That's for sure.
I mean, if I had just millions upon millions, I would get one just to have one.
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
Yeah, and I mean, I wish I could wake up in one. Even a 1994 Bugatti is 1.7
Well,
million.
you gotta make friends with the person driving and just slam on them brakes, and they'll buy you one.
Get them to slam on their brakes.
So
They're about
anyway,
to hit you.
So yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean,
But I mean, I only picked a car because you guys said it. I would probably travel.
Right. I picked the car because Jimbo was
I would
picking
be
cars.
out in those streets around the world, bro. Like,
Right.
Having a good fucking time. Having probably too much of a good time. But if my family never sees me again, it's probably because I just fucking died in the alley in fucking Taiwan or some shit.
But you were
Or
happy.
I was in Germany having too.
But you were happy
much
in your
fucking
Bugatti.
Fun.
Yeah. That you don't really get that lucky though, because that's the one guy with the one story. And people do say that you should play the same numbers. You have better
But
luck.
the thing about him is, it was like the Powerball or something, and he got all 5 numbers
Powerball.
except for the Powerball. So that's why it was so much money. So it's like not only did he have,
you said accept the Powerball.
so it's like if you ever played the lottery.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
So
like
what if he
again,
would have got? He would have got
he
the
probably
big one.
would have got like
All of it.
all the dollars in
All the
economy.
money.
He would have been fucking Jeff Bezos.
Guys, I just want to say this, okay? If that were to ever happen to me,
we already know. Me and you.
we would all just be set.
We'd be set. We'd
Set.
be good to go then. Now.
Set.
We still do SVR
Set.
because this is our passion.
This is the passion.
I know how to
This is the
say
passion
mi
project.
casa is su casa or whatever, but my money, your money. However the fuck you say that. Me moolah, your moolah, whatever the fuck.
Dinero, me dinero, su dinero. Yeah, that's too much.
That's
shit. My
too
money is your
complicated.
money.
My money is your money.
That was very easy.
My money's your money.
That was not complicated
Nah,
at
she
all.
put the little, she put the hundred on there and stuff.
It's the same.
It was rolled hard.
Yeah, there was rose and put a little sauce on it. You know, she couldn't just make spaghetti. She had to get all fancy with it, you know. But we'd be set, man. We'd be set. We would have so much shit we don't even know what to do with it.
But we really probably would be doing SVR from.
Yeah, we do
different-
podcasts.
From different locations,
Like,
yeah.
like Ron's gonna be like, yeah, I'm in fucking Ireland, and me and you are gonna be never coming back from Asia.
I would-
At least we're honest.
Never coming back from Asia.
We would have a goddamn jet. I'm just gonna buy one. We're all.
Only to go to South America. That's the.
I'm gonna buy my
Wait a
band
minute.
studios
Wait a
and
minute.
tour buses.
$2 million ain't going to get you.
No, I said if we
jet?
won the
The
big
okay,
one,
the actual Powerball.
the
Oh,
big
okay,
one.
Okay.
If we won a few
Yeah,
hundred
then
million,
you better spend that shit.
if we won a few hundred million,
Right.
Listen,
Okay.
if I won a few $100 million, we'd be taken care of. My kids would be taken care of. My family would be taken care of. And then I'm going to go hard because no one needs $200 million.
Exactly.
No, you
I
just
am
go.
going to lose my mind.
You're gonna.
Like,
yep.
I am going
You're
to
gonna go
have-
until you're done.
Right. I'm not going to be like, well, I got to spend this out for the next 50 years.
Yo,
No,
'cause you don't need
I don't
it.
give a fuck. If I run out of $200 million, I've lived my life. I will live on the street from now on. I'm cool with that.
God, could you imagine? Because people have really done that. No, go ahead. What if what?
What if you got screwed over though? What if you had a buddy who was like, "Hey man, I got this great investment."
No,
man.
no investments. No investments. No investments.
Listen to me.
Bob, no investments.
$200 million.
No.
I am investing in everything. If you run
No, because that's how that happens.
if Ray runs up to me and is like, "Hey man, I have self-wiping toilet paper," I'm like, "I'm putting $1 million on it." Like, we got this. We ain't never got to touch toilet paper again.
Right.
Everything. They're like, "I got a TV that turns itself on. You don't need a remote." How much you need?
So what if everybody's like, I got this new idea for you don't even have to put sauce in packets no more for your French fries. And
He could come up to me and say, "I got this cool idea for a search engine. It's called Google." I'm giving him $100. I don't give a fuck. I don't need nothing with
He
this.
gonna be like, have you ever? I don't know why he talks like this, but he's like, have you ever Googled something? You'd be like, yeah. Well, how about Schmoogle? And I was gonna be like, million.
Like, take it.
Oh, how much?
Because there are people, unfortunately, I could not imagine, but there are people that have won the big one and now are completely broke with nothing.
Isn't that like the normal thing that happens? Don't
Yeah,
like
you
most
didn't
of
come
them
for
lose
money.
it?
You
Right.
usually don't have the financial literacy
Right.
to
Right.
keep it or to make it work for you. Or like, if you ever seen ESPN 40 for 40, the broke, or 30 for 30, I'm sorry.
Right. Right.
Broke. Like, these athletes, let's
Came
be
from
honest,
nothing.
Most
Right.
of them came from poor backgrounds, and their physical gifts are what got them money. And some of them went to college, but only long enough to get noticed by whatever league,
Right.
and then they didn't get an education. Some of them never got an education. Somebody was doing their work in high school. Somebody was doing their work in college. So yeah, you give this person $4 million, and I think that's a little bit. There's athletes that they were like, oh, $4 million, I don't know. You give me $4 million, I'm tackling everybody. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Maybe your own team members get the fuck out my way.
He had the ball. He was a quarterback. Like, but no, like, so they don't have the knowledge to know what to do with it, know how to make it grow. Like,
Right.
like Jimmy was saying, people come up to you, your friends, your family. Oh man, I really got this idea. We can open up car wash, and sometimes sometimes it is legitimate sounding businesses like car washes. Those are things. But what if you're in an area that doesn't need a fucking car wash?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's not going to flourish because it's not a good business idea in that scenario.
Right.
So, yeah, you end up going broke.
And a
Or
lot
it's
of people
just-
and that whole investment thing,
Right.
that happens to a lot of them too, because it's not like they just went out and spent all their money.
Right.
They just had some people who were a little savvy, and they convinced them all these great things. Oh, you ain't ever going to have to work again. Like,
And
this
that's-
little bit of money you're making right now, which is a lot compared to most people, but it's not really in the grand scheme of things. You can lose it all. And
yeah,
then,
yeah,
right.
To be fair, $4 million, $1 million. You could live the rest of your life off that $1 million.
Right.
You just have to be.
I would spend $1
intelligent.
million in less
I'm
than a
just
month.
saying, but that's if
Unless,
you had
like, 2
multiple
weeks.
millions. If you had just $1 million, you
Yeah,
wouldn't.
I
blow it.
wouldn't.
So I'm saying, like, you could live
But I could.
a comfortable life. Like, if I had $1 million, I would still be in Baltimore. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I gotta go to the Hollywood Hills. No, I don't need to. You know what I mean? I'm still be where my homies are, where my family is. I don't have to. I would make sure my parents were comfortable. More
It is
comfortable than I would
crazy because, like, I'm broke as anything.
Broke is a joke.
It's a joke how broke I am, and but like, so as broke as I am, though, you can still look at $1 million and go like, $1 million is not that much. So like, even if I just came into $1 million tomorrow, I'll be happy as shit. I would pay my shit off, and I would stash some away, and I might actually invest in like stock or some shit like that will kind of something like that. But
Hopefully
like,
pay you back.
I would just hopefully, but I would get like Google or Apple or something. I don't fucking know,
Right,
just
right.
something
Something
because I got the money to spend a few $100 on a couple of stocks for something like that. But like, and then I would just kind of set aside, if I only had $1 million, I would just set aside like maybe $50,000 that I could just kind of play with.
Right.
Let's go take a trip somewhere, boys. Let's go somewhere. Let's everything's on me. I got $50,000 to spend on this.
We're gonna go.
Let's not go. If we do go over $50,000, I'll bump it up to 70 because I got $1 million.
Like, when you got $1 million, even after taxes, I would probably be like, okay, $100,000 is mine. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Like, that's not going into the things I said I would do, like taking care of my parents, taking care of my kids. $100,000 is mine to do what the fuck I want.
But we can invest even with that. We can take $100,000 out of that $1 million. Equipment, studio shit. I
Right,
mean,
have a legit
just
studio
stuff.
then. We'd
Just
have a legit
stuff.
studio. Then we'd be able to
cameras,
get
lighting,
stuff on time.
all that.
We'd
kind
be
of
able to
stuff.
have like legit
I'd
editing.
make sure we would still set it
We
up.
show up now, probably not.
That's still not gonna happen.
We still schedule it though.
Because I'll have my fucking Corvette outside because even with $1 million, I'm buying a Corvette. They're only $70,000.
There's fucking
So
rock stars and actors that don't show up on time, and they got plenty of that shit. So yeah, all motherfuckers will still be late.
I didn't create the term fashionably late. You know what I mean?
Amora
it's the
said
thing.
that I would invest it at 12% and flip it to $1 billion in 12 years.
All right,
Well, ain't nobody
Amora.
living to for 12 more years. You give me $200 million.
Nobody's
I'm losing my goddamn mind.
I'm not making it.
Well,
I'm not making it
Amora-
12 years. You're thinking too far ahead.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's a good point, though. I do this for, well, she does it for a living. So, all right, so then if I hit $1 million,
She does.
I'm going to contact
you.
you.
Need to talk to then.
I'm going to contact you for pizza and money advice. So,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking,
Good
like,
places
damn,
in
like-
Chicago to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's from
damn,
Chicago.
I didn't think about it at first. I'm thinking like, damn, you really want pizza that bad? Like, you can just go buy pizza. DiGiorno is there. Like,
no,
DiGiorno.
we don't want no
You want that
DiGiorno.
Chicago pizza, man.
Need that Chicago shit.
Like
It's
a New York pizza?
it's a
I haven't even had a New
fucking
York. I've had
casserole.
a Jersey
but-
pizza.
But I'm saying, like, I
No New
prefer
York.
like
It's
a
closer.
normal, flatter slice of pizza, not thin crust. Like, crazy.
Flat Earth pizza?
No, flat pizza. Like,
Oh, I
the,
thought-
the Chicago's cool, but it's a little sweet. Like, and that's a part
Yeah.
of the style. Like, it is good, but I still prefer.
I've never
my
had it.
flat-
I gotta try it.
My flat pizza, regular size.
Yeah, I like the flat pizza.
Well, I've made Chicago deep dish pizza before because I literally took a Chicago pizzeria. I forget the name of the place, but it was a Chicago deep dish pizza recipe from a guy who owns several chains of this big pizza. I just can't remember the fucking name of it, but it's his fucking recipe or whatever. It's a Chicago, and I went out and bought every single. And if you don't know already, like I fancy myself a pretty good fucking cook. I know how to cook, so I bought every fucking ingredient to a T, and I followed every single instruction, and I made it. And Bob even tasted it. And I think that was, I mean, we're not from Chicago. Now, the only thing I would say, I put a little too, I didn't mean to put as much sugar as I put in the sauce. It was an accident that I put that much. The second time I made it, fucking money. Like, I like, Amora, I'm going to do it again. And you're from Chicago, so I don't know how the fuck I'm going to get it to you. But in my head, you're trying my homemade deep dish pizza, and you're gonna love it. Like that's how it plays in my head.
I'm about to put up a deep dish pizza from Chicago.
Chicago knows how to make pizza. I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. There's no other place in the world. Fuck Italy. Fuck New York. Fuck whoever the fuck else thinks they got good pizza. Chicago pizza is where it's at.
Hold on one sec. Let me
Well,
get it over here.
Who you're voting for?
And we'll put
in the
that
World Pizza Competition.
Somebody from Chicago.
And then there's the pizza.
New York pizza is just big and flat.
What if
Like,
listen. What if it was the World Pizza Competition?
look at that shit.
Listen, what if it
Is
was
that
the
a
World-
Chicago pizza right there?
Yeah.
What if it was the World Pizza Competition?
I would take my clothes off and lay in that.
And it was a deep dish like that, but it was fucking chitlin flavor. Would you still vote for them in the
What
World Pizza
the
Competition?
fuck, Bob?
Chitlin flavor
I would
pizza.
set the place on fire.
Oh
No,
man.
I would lay down inside
She
of
says
that.
she's
Like,
coming to Maryland for a wedding. She'll try it then. So make sure you stay in touch with them.
Are you gonna make anabolic?
no, fuck it. Everything's out the window.
No, fuck that. You
Yeah,
should
we're
make
making a
legit-
real
yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Don't play around with that. You have to.
Because
you have
I
to
did the
actually do
fucking
that.
cornmeal shit, like the fucking. I mean,
Like, he actually did
everything.
everything from scratch. He didn't.
Yeah, literally the
I'll
dough.
believe it. I'll
I even
believe it.
made the
Jimmy
sauce
don't-
from
Jimmy don't
scratch.
fuck
I
around,
bought
man.
vine ripe tomatoes, and I legitimately made the sauce. I had the little thing, the little stick gimmick you fucking put in the shit, and it mashes everywhere. Whatever the fuck it's called, a stick thing blender.
Stick thing.
God, I'm looking at Ron like he fucking knows. I know he doesn't know. That is a stick blender, right?
All he eats is
Oh.
chicken and rice. Bro.
What did you?
I know, right? I'm looking at you like you know what it is. Yeah,
You know
it's-
what I'm talking
it's
about,
the
man.
little
You
stick
bake.
things with the little thing you know.
Hand masher.
Something.
Hand smasher?
I made everything from scratch, and I even bought legitimate, real cheese. Like it called for provolone and mozzarella. I bought like a
Provolone.
big ball of smoked provolone, like the ball with the little net on it and all that shit. And I got real fresh mozzarella. It's all wet and milky. Like I didn't just go buy fucking Sergiano's or whatever
Sergiano's.
fucking cheese. Nah, dude, I did that shit legit.
Amora said, "Look up Connie's Chicago deep dish pizza on
Oh, I thought
YouTube."
that's what you looked up. Oh, she's on
Connie's, yeah, on YouTube. Okay. So
I
let me
buttered
look
that
up
fucking
and-
crust, dog.
I was just
Fucking come on.
Yeah, everything fucking going around.
Shit. I know how to cook, dude. I'm telling you. I know.
He does. He made the hell out of that shake earlier, even though that ain't cooking. But
Yeah, but
I mean,
we did
man,
make the fucking. Look at that.
He
Look
can
at that
follow
picture right
a
there.
recipe. That's fine.
Good lord. Well, I followed it, but it's also too. You gotta when you're making dough.
Well, he was talking. I was more talking about the.
Oh yeah, the shake. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, you could follow the recipe for stuff, and it's like you would think it's common sense, but certain things like making dough, that shit, man, it gets a little stressful because you don't want to tear the dough, you don't want to break it. Who's this, Mark? Sorry, I'm just kidding.
That's Dijon, though.
so now, let me flip it back over.
So what are we watching?
He is making a deep dish Chicago pizza.
Is he in Chicago?
This is what Amora wanted us to make. Wanted us to check out and see.
He's doing the rectangle version too. That's what I did because I didn't have
that what you
a
did?
I didn't have a like round deep dish pan. I only had the casserole
Man,
dish.
why do we got to be doing this?
I know, I'm
This
dying.
is such a bad idea,
had
but
your
it
meal
looks
for the day.
Ron,
amazing. I did.
Shut up, Bob. Shut up, Bob.
He's right. He's right.
He is
though.
right,
He's
but
right.
I
There's
kind
no
of don't
power.
want him to be right.
I'm not eating anything.
It's not like he can get this tonight.
Right.
So it doesn't matter.
Right.
We could find a way.
No. What?
See, that's
gonna
how
make
you know
one?
who your real friends are. That's how you know that when they try to lead you down the path of fucking bad ideas.
Yeah, that looks. I don't know how.
And the sauce on top.
I don't know how we got on this subject, but man,
Now watch. Now he's gonna put that sauce on top, and it does something.
it's like a pizza lasagna type thing.
It's a pizza casserole. It legitimately
My
is a
only
cat.
gripe is
Now
just,
watch.
like I said, it is
Look
a
at
little
that
sweeter
thing.
than normal
Put the
pizza.
where's the sauce at? You got to put the sauce on top. I know they make it in other ways, but I'll get this idiot. Fuck him. No, that's a
guy with
bitch
his-
way.
this guy with his
Put
very
the sauce.
successful business.
Amora, Jimmy does
Where's
not.
this? All right, Amora,
Jimmy
where's
does
the
not
sauce
agree
at?
with
This guy with his
you.
very successful business is an idiot.
You got to put the
Bitch.
sauce on top,
Jimmy is
man.
not happy with you,
You got to
Amora.
put the sauce on top. You know, there's a guy that I don't know if we're doing this, but there's a guy that I watch a lot, and he's from Chicago. He's in Chicago,
Waiting for that
and
response from Connie.
he makes these pizzas, and he shows you how to do it. That's where it's at. That guy.
Connie, what do you think
I
about
don't know
Jimmy
what
not liking it with the sauce on the top?
Yeah.
Come on,
How do you
Connie.
feel about that, Amora? Are
At
you
this
happy
point-
about that?
Yeah, my bad.
Connie.
It's Amora.
Connie's it's from Connie.
Connie's was the yeah.
Well, I got a bone to pick with Connie.
Apparently, Amora is now a part of the show because she's giving us.
Well,
fucking
she's a
breaks to watch
regular,
for
yeah,
years.
She's a regular. She brings
All right,
she brings a lot
all
to
right,
the show.
so I don't know if
You
she's
saw
watching.
Venom After Dark last night.
I don't know if she's watching right this second, but Amora, sauce on top or no sauce on top? Right, that's my question to you, because I feel like it's like Chicago like tradition. It's like the thing, you put the sauce on top. Now, when I went to Chicago, I had a layover, so I didn't leave the actual airport, but they had like a little pizza joint in there. And they asked me if I wanted sauce on top. They kept asking, sauce on top, sauce on top. And I was like, fuck yeah, I want sauce on top, you idiot. What the fuck? Why wouldn't I want sauce on top? So is that like an option? Because I always thought you put the fucking sauce on top. That's what you do.
The guy's an idiot for being hospitable.
Hey, I like either way.
Yes!
I like it. Either way, I like
mean,
it.
when he made it, it had the sauce on top. I don't remember what it was when we were in Florida. Did it have the sauce on top?
I can't, what?
Well, I mean, it was a very straightforward question.
I don't remember what you're talking
when we
about.
went to the fucking Chicago pizza place, when we went to Giordano's in Florida.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
It
Ask
must
her.
not have been good, huh?
You said ask Rick?
Ask her. Ask Rick.
She
Ask,
wasn't fucking
ask the
there.
neighbors next door. I can't fucking remember. All I know is it has sauce on top. Now I'm getting hot.
But you prefer the sauce on top because that's
the
real
way to do
Chicago
it.
deep
I
dish.
had
Yes.
a woman.
But you're
from-
not from Chicago, so how do you know?
No.
Well, no, I had a woman from Chicago in my Uber once.
Because I know.
And she said that's not all of them like it. It's like a tourist thing. I get it.
It's yeah.
Obviously,
yeah. It's like the Philly
Amora's from
cheesesteak.
Chicago, and she likes it.
Right.
But I don't necessarily like crab cakes, if that makes sense. And I'm from the crab cake capital of the world. Like,
Right.
Crabs know not to.
Yeah, you don't like the Ravens. You don't like crab cakes. You don't like, get the fuck out of
I
Baltimore.
don't like.
I don't understand. You're the most non-Baltimore ass person,
Oh.
okay, that I have ever met in my life.
Well, I don't have to like everything just because I'm from here.
Do you like Orange Crushes? Don't.
They're
Bob,
okay.
this is going to determine.
I'm not Ron.
Is Orange Crushes?
No,
but
that's-
is Orange Crushes a Baltimore
it's
thing?
a-
It originated.
No, I know this man.
I like
loves
Orange
him some
Crushes.
Orange Crushes.
Yeah.
I love Orange Crushes. It
but I didn't know it was a Baltimore
originated
thing.
in Ocean City. It originated in Ocean City.
Really?
And it made it. That is a Maryland drink. I don't care what the fuck other state claims it. It originated in Ocean City, and that's a Maryland ass drink.
But you don't have to like you're not even from here.
Yeah, and like I love everything from here. I love crab cakes. I love Orange Crushes.
And what?
I don't really care
And
about
what,
football,
Bob?
but
And what, Bob?
There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
I'm
that.
not from.
But
You're
I don't
not
think the fact
from
that
here.
I'm from here, I have to like any of it.
But I think you don't
Valid.
like it on purpose.
Valid.
What do you mean I don't like it on purpose? I don't
I
like
think
the Ravens.
you,
I don't give a shit about the Ravens.
because I think you do it like you're like I'm
Crab
not gonna
cake,
like
I prefer to
nothing.
eat regular crabs. Don't get me wrong. I
like
the
crabs.
way we make crabs, steaming crabs. Other places boil fucking crabs. I like it steamed. So it's not like I'm just a anti-Maryland or Baltimore.
You're just anti what everybody else loves. You
I
are.
don't
You
like
are.
crab
You
cakes like
are.
that.
No, but no, I want to back up. Not to get this all topic. But I was going. So steaming crabs versus boiling crabs.
Yeah, and like
So boiling is a
Louisiana,
pot full of water. Boil.
like
Steaming
I
is.
don't necessarily know if it's crabs, but I know like other seafood they'll boil. As opposed to up here, we're gonna steam shrimp. We're gonna steam fucking mussels. You know, we're not boiling.
So is it just a pot with the water underneath it with the little holes
I
in it?
assume
and
it's the
steams?
same way, but it's actually submerged.
I see. I don't know.
Like
This
I've
is
had
boiling.
boiled shrimp, and it's not bad, but I still prefer it
Ron,
steamed.
come on, look at that. Look at that.
Like Ron, you ever had gator?
No.
See, Ron's from fucking Florida. You would think they just go around just grabbing up
I've had
gators
frogs.
and eating them right then. Like that.
That's
Here,
how you
do
do
they
it.
show
That's
everybody
how
so
you
everyone
do
can
it.
see what
You see, y'all see the level of shit I
Jimbo
gotta
is
deal
talking
with.
about. So Jimbo
I gotta
is
deal with fucking
he
censorship.
wants you all.
I gotta deal with my opinions fucking being.
That's the
devil.
I don't
He
even
says
remember
to
what
take.
we're talking about.
Man,
So
bro, you need to leave that El Segundo alone, bro.
up. It's not in the.
Yeah, you're not showing them.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
That's what Jimbo prefers.
That's what it is.
Right.
Yeah, but see, now he's telling them.
Cause I can't
he's just telling
fucking.
them
Why
they
you
wrong.
always got shit?
You
shut
just told
up.
me I was wrong for
Yeah, I
fucking
know. Damn.
Oh, this fucking
I want to
drunk.
make this shit.
Hopefully, when SVR blows up, we can fucking go to alcohol counseling. Because,
Why? Because you're the only person on the planet that has
because
a
look what it's
fucking.
doing to you.
I'm
It's
fine.
making you berate and abuse me. I thought I was your best friend. That's not what you do to your friends.
You keep hitting the table. We're gonna get complaints about that. Probably either from his neighbors and/or from our listeners.
We were wilding out until 2:00 in the morning this morning. So
What were you doing when you were like fucking beating?
I don't even remember.
Hole in the
I just remember him doing
Oh my
this.
Yeah, I punched a hole in the ceiling last night. I shot the floor up when I was doing it. We get wild here. I can't do it like y'all, but
The neighbors are not happy with us, but we're happy with everyone else.
the
so it
bullets
doesn't matter.
barely missed them.
Yeah, exactly.
There was no loss of life. In the video, it looks like
Yeah.
you're going hog wild.
I know.
Like.
So I'm sure we got other things to cover
I
because
don't
we
know
were
how long
kind
ago
of
we
we're
did.
kind of going.
We're right at an hour 25.
Oh, we-
So we could
yeah,
cover
we
that
got
last
something.
story if you want,
Before
or
you go, let me ask a question. Just, do either of you remember the first actual album you bought? Like, obviously, I mean, it doesn't have to be a fucking vinyl. But you know,
Bought?
System
Or
of a Down
acquired.
Toxicity.
Or- it
The
wasn't
first
a gift
album I
to
ever
you.
bought was System of a Down Toxicity,
Like,
and I
you
listened
went
to it
the
3 times
store
straight.
And you wanted to buy it.
Yep.
Or
The first
if you were
album
one
I
of those
ever
people
actually
with
bought.
Sticky fingers, you stole it, but it wasn't a gift. It was something you.
It was something I
Okay,
got.
because I do have my first album that was a gift.
Yeah.
But okay, and just for the record, Mariah Carey "Rainbow."
That's the first album.
That was the first album that my aunt, she bought that album for me. I think for my birthday.
But that was what you asked for.
Well, not specifically, but my aunt, I used to think when she was a lot younger back then, I'm not saying she doesn't, I don't know if she's going to watch this. I still think she's the most beautiful woman ever. But she, back in the day, she kind of had like a Mariah Carey resemblance. And that was one of her favorite artists.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
And she drove a Corvette.
Like
and
Mariah Carey.
she would always play Mariah Carey in her Corvette, and I would love it, and I would always ask her to pick me up in her Corvette and play Mariah Carey. This is like
cool, yeah.
4 or 5 year old Jimmy here,
Right. Just
and
love
that's
it.
why still I'm 31, a metalhead, but I love Corvettes. I love my aunt, of course, and I love Mariah Carey. So
Goes,
not
makes
much has
sense, makes
changed,
sense.
but she bought that album for me for my birthday, I believe it was. And I even took because on the inside there was like a little mini poster of like Mariah on a bed with like a rainbow neon. I put that on. I think that's when my dad started
But do you
getting
remember your
ideas that,
first
you know,
actual
I wasn't a normal
artist?
son. Huh?
You're very normal, Jimmy.
Let's see. I believe it was Metallica's Saint Anger album because contrary to a lot of that's my favorite album from
Weird, like,
Metallica.
Well, not weird, but
It's
I
different,
mean-
right?
No, just because
not the
it's
album.
Metallica saying "fuck you."
I'm
and-
thinking
oh, no.
the time period, like was it like 2001, 2002.
I can't, dude.
And I'm
I
also
honestly
thinking
can't
time-
remember.
Well, no, yours is around the same time, and mine is, and it makes sense.
Mine was a
You
lot
said
earlier than that.
Toxicity,
Yeah,
right?
Toxicity. Yeah.
It was no earlier than 2001.
Yeah.
I remember the first two,
What?
like
Saint Anger was a lot later than that,
It
wasn't
was
it?
like 2002. 2000.
I think there were 3 or 4. I think it was either 3 or 4 for Saint Anger.
Saint Anger was 2003. Damn,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
old
it's
as
a little bit
shit.
later.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
So mine though, and mine
Yeah,
was
what is
actually
yours?
Nelly's Country Grammar. Yep.
Dang.
I can't honestly remember the album
Like
I
I did
bought.
go to Circuit City in the '90s, and I bought an Aerosmith single. I want to say their 9 Lives single, but that
Yeah,
wasn't the whole
Toxicity
album.
was 2001, so it was like 3 years later
And mine
than
was
Saint
2000
Anger.
or 90.
And yours was 2000.
The Toxicity.
Toxicity.
Let's see.
Obviously, I didn't buy it in. Well, it might have been.
God, I even love that album
Grammar
art.
was 2000.
I think I was in like
2000. Yeah.
I remember
Wow,
that
that's
album.
Crazy.
Country Grammar. I do because
I remember. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It made
I
me
remember
think
when
about
Nelly
it,
first
man.
came out like that, man.
Somebody posted. I guess he was on Dancing with the Stars or is on Dancing with the Stars, and he was dancing to his own song, and it's from Country Grammar. And I was like, that actually was my first fucking album. Like,
That's awesome.
And I liked Nelly's first 2 albums.
And we're all pretty much like right in there, right in that same time frame
Yeah,
too.
we're all like
From 2000 to 2003.
We're
basically.
all the same age, give or take.
Yeah.
Like obviously, you're older than me than Jimmy, but we're all the same.
We're
We all would have grown up
right,
in that
same generation.
That new metal era. Of
Right,
music
right,
and,
exactly.
Woo! I was telling somebody the other day, like I was telling the old lady I give rides to regularly, because I was like, last time I gave her a ride, not this time included, but I was playing this country band from like I think Sweden, and she had criticized
Interesting.
the music.
So not a
because
real
it was
country
kind
band.
of sad, and she was going through something, so that's why she had critiqued it. So I was like, well, "What kind of music do you actually listen to or like?" And she was telling me, and I was like, "Well, yeah, I grew up like I listened to my mother's like soft rock and disco and stuff like that. But then when I grew into my own, it was around that 2000, 2001 era where Limp Bizkits and Linkin Parks
Right,
and Horns,
right.
and I was like, that was not good music." But I
Who
was
wasn't
listen,
good music?
listen,
Limp
listen. Can I finish?
Maybe.
It wasn't necessarily good music, but even today, if they were like, "This is a tour," I'm gonna be at the fucking tour. I'm
I
gonna
would
be
be, yeah,
rocking.
yeah.
the
I
fuck
would be
out
there.
to Disturb and fucking Hooba Stank and fucking
Hooba
Stain.
I don't think
and
I could do Hooba
just-
Stank.
I don't give a fuck, bro.
I was
just
so
wanna-
against
sorry
it. That angsty teenager in me still will not do Hooba Stank.
But see, I don't understand.
can't
You
do
listen
it.
to like screaming type
I
of
know,
metal
but
type,
it just didn't.
Not Hooba
I don't
Stank.
know. Not Hooba Stank. It's
Hooba
weird.
Stank wasn't screaming metal though.
No, but he was whiny.
But it was
A
the
lot of
round.
shit
It was
he
the
listening
same.
to
Yeah,
was
it's the
whiny,
same. It's
though.
the same.
Your shit was whiny.
A lot
It was
of
like
sh- not
screamo.
everything.
It was hard, but it was like emotional.
But like when the singing came on, you was like, "Oh,
You're like,
somebody
broke
this young man's heart." But the drummer
it's hard
and
to
the
listen to.
guitarist and the guitar-
Right.
I hate
but-
bands like that. Those whoa whoa bands.
But you would probably
It's-
still
it's-
listen to it though.
It's worse than I would.
Not
I
necessarily-
can't anymore
but
now.
I can think there's nothing that I've listened to in the past that like I really got into that I'm just like I can't fuck with no more. Like I told you before,
I don't
like,
fuck with
before-
any of those.
Well, listen, I remember before we had the hiatus, I was talking about Good Charlotte and like. Good Charlotte's first
I
two
like
albums,
Good
growing
Charlotte,
up, they
yeah.
were pretty cool. And then I tried to listen to them a few years ago. I was like, damn, I really didn't love
it
myself
hard?
back then. Like it was rough. But I would probably still go home, and if I was in the mood to listen to Good Charlotte,
could do it?
I could do it. You know, like because it's a
I
part of you.
I'll
If
try
you, if
it.
that
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
because that's that era.
Like, I
it's just
still go
that
home
music. You're part of that era.
And listen to that first Hawthorne Heights album, man. That's just a
Hawthorne
banger,
Heights,
bro.
yeah.
That was a good
Silver Bullet.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's not them. That's
No,
Coheed.
That's
Coheed and Cambria.
But I didn't listen
Who's
to
That was
Hawthorne
good.
Heights?
I like that. That was
They
a good
had
song.
that
like,
one.
Fuck, man.
Very emotional.
I can't think of any.
I
fucking
mean, neither,
lyrics
but
right
I
now,
know-
but they're my shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I could do
I just-
Hawthorne Heights. I could do Hawthorne Heights.
I still love Yellow Card. Yellow Card to this
Yellow
day.
Card's still good. Yeah.
If it wasn't for Guar, Yellow Card is my second favorite concert I've seen live. Like Guar just was. You can't top that. The first
No,
time
you
was
can't
with
beat-
Odorous.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
Yellow Card,
yeah.
it was just like a different fucking.
I'm glad I got to
experience.
see Odorous before he left.
I got to see both, and I would still see Guar. Guar's coming here when ODC.
Hell odorous.
Are they?
Yeah, it's a actual like drive-through not
Yeah,
drive-through.
Guar's doing like a drive-in concert.
Yeah, I'm about to say
heard
you're
about
not
that.
like
Yeah,
going
yeah,
through
yeah.
the drive-through and hearing the music for 30 seconds and you got to loop back around.
You're just
No,
driving
I Guar, yeah, definitely hell odorous. Hell Dave Brocky. I that's goddamn what a loss. But I remember my first couple of like actual rock or like metal albums. Can't remember how I got them, but I know I had Godsmack's first album, Disturbed's second album, which was Believe, and then Korn's Take a Look in the Mirror. I remember those 3 albums. I had those.
Take a look in the mirror.
In the mirror,
hard
yes.
One. That was a pretty hard one.
Then I discovered Cradle of Filth, and that changed everything for me.
How'd you discover Cradle
I
of Filth?
was on
Napster.
Yahoo. It was like Yahoo Launch or something like that. You used to be able to watch videos and stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember the first Cradle of Filth video or anything I ever saw was Born in a Burial Gown. And I remember the video and seeing like Danny Filth, he's like a vampire, and it's like the music and that extremely high screech that he does, that signature high that he does. It's like my life changed, and they were my favorite band of all time. Then I found Slipknot, and it was Katie barred the fucking door at that point. And now, since I was a teenager, my top 2. 1 being Slipknot, 2 being fucking Cradle of Filth. It'll never ever change. Those are my 3rd favorite band is Shinedown.
Really?
Exactly. Yes. I love Shinedown. There's some nostalgia, some history with that. There's some shit in there.
I like some Katy Perry.
But I love me some
I
like
don't
some
know newer
Katy
Katy Perry,
Perry.
but
I like some of that old shit.
that
though.
old shit.
Yeah, I like some of that old
Mango.
shit. Yeah.
I mean, just but
I love Katy Perry too.
But no, I can remember my first 4 albums, and I don't know why I don't remember the 5th, but I just remember that time of my life. So it was Nelly, it was Country Grammar, and then I bought 2 Weird Al albums, Running with Scissors, which was the current album.
What songs were on it?
They
Is
had
that
a
before
parody
White
of-
and Nerdy?
Yes,
Because he came. That was like his comeback, right?
Right.
Was the
So
White
it
and
had
Nerdy.
a parody of the first Star Wars Episode 1, because that was the movie at the time.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
they had a parody of that, and then his Bad Hair Day album, which had the parody of Coolio's Gangster's Paradise. And I think that was a little bit older, but it was on the store shelf. I bought it, and then I also bought the Baha Man album with Who Let the Dogs Out. Not even gonna front. I bought that like 7th grade.
Who let the
And they were all good albums. Like I could still listen. I would have to really be in the mood to listen to the Baha Man one, but.
But still,
I'm not
it
gonna
could
knock
get you.
it, like,
It
it
could
was
get
like,
you. Yeah.
Fuck it, I like.
I like
that album. You like the album.
I remember like Big Timers back in the day, number 1 stunner, and everybody gets to roll on. They're all in the thing, doing donuts in their Lamborghinis and shit. I remember that. I remember when Cisco's Thong whatever song came out. I remember that.
I remember Back That Ass Up.
Yeah.
Juvenile.
Oh, the
I
video.
traded
Who look
The
good
video.
when you back that ass into the big fine woman
I
with it.
about that
traded
video,
my
Bob.
uncle a video game for BG's.
Bob knows about that Honey video too. Mariah Carey Honey. Don't ask Bob about that.
We were all teenage boys at one point.
With a lot of sticky
Don't
towels.
judge me, audience. With a lot of what?
Sticky towels.
Socks and like the tissue budget was through the roof when I was a teenager.
It was that, honey, got me hooked on to you. And then
That was a great video,
was it for
bro.
Bob.
Like, oh man, she just went downhill.
So can we just
that Honey video? She was already going down because peak Mariah was when she had that curly hair, that crinkly hair. But that Honey video, that just
He's talking about her looks, by the way, not
her
her
music too. I didn't
No, can we not bash her? Can we?
No.
I just
I'm
brought
not
it up to make
bashing her.
fun, and you
I'm
got
just
to
giving
fucking
my
bury her.
opinion.
Which is bashing her. But you were gonna
All I
go.
did was say I didn't like her music as much after that.
He said it went downhill.
To me, yes. I didn't say it was bad. You got
I
peaks
hope
and
you
valleys.
go down a hill.
Yeah, I wasn't that way. I made sure I did that right. I was like, you got peaks and valleys, peaks. Like that's not how either of those work. But you go ahead, get shit gets real kinky around here.
Too
after
quick,
10
too
o'clock.
quick, too. I'm
But,
telling you, we're about to have to cut it off because these guys are about
But
to
we
do
did
SVR
have
After Dark.
one
You'll
more-
have to jump over to my Instagram to see SVR After
SVR
Dark.
After
where I
Dark.
don't get censored. We do have one more.
Bob, you have to be
I
censored.
know, because the YouTube gods, we want to suck their dick and worship at their altar. I have to say that. Fuck them. But we did have one
Can't
more
edit
article. You said we can't edit that?
Can't edit that.
I mean, who made YouTube? Well, I don't know who made it, but Google owns it. Google knows what the fuck they got
know
going.
what's- yeah, they
They're
know.
rolling in all the money. So they They can be like, well, at least he knows what he's doing. We're not going to.
Right.
We're going to cancel him
he's
for
fine.
that.
He's fine. Right. He's fine. Man, that was good. That was fun. Does anyone got anything else before we roll? Anything?
Well,
else?
you're talking about another
Are we
article.
going to roll?
Do you want to do another round?
He talked about another
Because-
article.
Well, I'm just
asked you about
asking
it.
because
I did ask about
we're at 1:38, so we got
We
about 20
minutes.
And that's what I was about to
It
say.
was
We got
short,
about
wasn't
22 minutes.
It was the
It
police.
depends
It
on
was
how
the
we
police.
go. It's a fun one though.
Tell the story, and
This is
I
a fun
have
one.
something that can feed into it. But it
Okay,
doesn't have to
okay,
go,
okay.
It's not going to be longer than 22 minutes.
All right, let's do this. Boom. Let me get it ready.
Boom, ba, boom, boom.
Get that boom.
I really do want some pizza.
Yeah.
But see, I was telling Jimmy
Boom.
when we left the other day that I always get intimidated by pizza. And what I mean by that is, like, I'll eat pizza, like somebody orders pizza, and it'll have stuff. Like, Larry used to order pizza, and it'll have all this shit on it, and it'll be delicious. But I wouldn't know what to order because I'm so used to fucking just eating cheese pizza.
All right, Bob, you want me to introduce everything?
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Florida man charged with impersonating an officer after allegedly pulling over an off-duty Orlando cop. The off-duty Orlando officer grew suspicious and called Castleberry police, which I guess Castleberry is where the area or whatever. A Florida man accused of impersonating a police officer wound up in handcuffs himself this week, accused of pulling over an off-duty Orlando cop in March, local reports said. The 40-year-old Omar Ford allegedly told investigators he was on his way home from his security guard job when he saw another car he thought was swerving with an impaired driver, according to Orlando-based news source. The gentleman flew past me and his car danced, Ford said in a conversation recorded by Castleberry with a Castleberry police officer's body cam. So I thought he might have been intoxicated. And here's a picture of the Central Florida man accused of impersonating a police officer. Investigators say he caught trying to stop a real officer. And as you can see, his security guard garb does look like a cop. He does look like a cop, but he's a security guy. Ford's company, he told the police, is a criminal task force. So he owns the task force, just like our fellow Marshall Williams. Yeah. The outlet reported the name was on his vest. He wore a badge, a gun, and a taser, authorities said. A citizen would mistake this all day for law enforcement, make assumptions much. One of the Castleberry cops told Ford in the video, referring to his white SUV uniform and other accoutrements. Ford reportedly told police he pulled alongside the off-duty police officer in BMW to say something. Then, when the off-duty police officer in a BMW, fascinating. BMW driver asked if he was being pulled over. Ford told authorities he told the man to slow down. But the officer then got behind Ford's car, flashed his own lights, and then stopped together further down the road. Oh my goodness. Talk about awkward. Talk about awkward. You just pulled this guy over. But he didn't actually say he was pulling him over. He just said slow down.
Right.
And then he dipped. When Ford tried to stop the officer, he could look over and see Castleberry Police Captain William Nass said in a news conference. And since he's a policeman himself, he knows about the uniforms and jurisdictions, and he knew it wasn't a Castleberry or Seminole County or state trooper, so he called us right away to get this person stopped and questioned. Castleberry, I'm almost at the end. Castleberry police arrived and said that they found Ford did not have a valid driver's license. Oh, that's how they're going to get him. Did not have a valid driver's license, according to local reports. He was charged with impersonating an officer, driving with a suspended license, and has been released after posting bond. Ford has denied trying to impersonate an officer.
I hope the police don't never pull me over because I'm doing all that shit.
Doing all
As soon
that.
as this camera go off, I'm putting on my police officer uniform.
And you're going to go pull some people over.
Everybody over.
Hey, real quick, Amora.
Oh, well, hold on. Let me get the, so that I know that the camera's up. There you go. Oh, there you go.
Oh, hell
I'm sorry, I've been missing the comments.
No, you're good.
Okay. Did she mention something? Somebody mention something?
No, he gets
So,
Right on. He didn't show off.
That's fucked.
How? In what way?
So
the whole situation?
Yeah. So okay. So all right. Here's the deal. Because I remember, I'm not trying to get too far off topic here. I mean, it has to do with this, but I'm a big Forensic Files. I could watch like 80 hours of that shit. You know what I mean? Like Forensic Files. I don't know what it is. Love it. One of the episodes was a guy who was posing as a cop would pull people over. And yeah, he would approach. They have the little light gimmick, and the people would stop, and then he'd get out of his car.
Real quick before I lose this thought, because
Go ahead. Yeah,
next week. I'm going to have some videos of a guy with a body cam on impersonating an officer, and he pulls people over, and he just fucking dogs them. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Fucking slow down, motherfucker. And then he fucking jumps on his motorcycle and just gets. And then eventually he gets caught. But there's a lot of videos of him videoing himself pulling people over, and then people are like, "You're not a cop. What? No." Some of them listen. Some of them are like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and it's just hilarious. Legit is like, wait. He tries to do it to where I think he says that he's like some type of he doesn't say he's a cop, but he's working. It gets squirrely.
I got pulled over one time in White Marsh. I had sort of ran 2 lights. But when I say that, I mean
2 lights.
All right,
Allegedly.
he knows, and I don't know if you know where the IKEA is, right? So you're in White Marsh. You're coming down that little. If you get off of 43, where IKEA is,
just explain.
They got
what
2 lights. They got 2 lights back to back.
Right.
They got 1 light here, 1 light there. So this light turned yellow. I said, "Fuck that," and I went, and it turned red before I got in it. But I was like, fuck it, I'm already going like 80 now because I'm trying to catch a light.
Right.
Second one did it too. I was like, fuck you, I'm not stopping. These lights are trying to get me. I have a personal problem with red lights. Like, it's like an issue with me. Like, I hate them. I legitimately believe those little boxes on the side of every red light that has all the controls in it, it's a person. They're in there and they're after me. I believe that because I feel like every red light's like, oh, here he comes, red. You know what I mean? Like, don't even turn yellow, just red. You know what I mean? So, but back to this. There was a black Chevy Tahoe or whatever. That's a cop vehicle, right?
You would think.
I see him behind me, but I didn't. He's not all dressed up, and I like the car. I don't see any lights. I don't see Here's one little quick tip. Look for an orange Easy Pass. If you see the orange Easy Pass in their windshield, if it's an unmarked car, most unmarked cars you can tell it's unmarked. But if you see
you can tell it's a cop still. Most people.
If you see the orange Easy Pass, it's a cop because that's like a special Easy Pass for them. They can whatever. But anyway, so I wasn't paying attention. I went boom, 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 hit both the lights. He only had like 1 little light, but I saw it.
Right.
And I was like, is he? And it took me a second. I'm like, is this real? So I was like, well, I might as well pull over because it's a black SUV, So I pull over and the guy gets out. He's actually part of a SWAT team unit. So he shouldn't be. I don't know if they have the authority to pull people over or not.
I was thinking
he didn't write me. He pulled me over and he goes, hey man, I just I can't write your ticket or nothing like that. I'm this and that whatever. But he told me he was like you ran 2 lights back there. So he's like, you might want to be careful because if you can't be running lights. He was like, yeah, he was telling me.
Okay,
now,
Tattletale.
Now, he was all gimmicked up. He had like the tucked in black polo with the little badge thing on it. And he had his little cargo pants with his little holster with his shit in it, handcuffs. I mean, I could tell he was legit. He had the buzz cut. He had the build. I mean, he was a cop.
Right.
But he was part of a different.
Buzz cut.
He had everything.
Yep.
He was what you think a cop looks like, that was him. But he just told me, he's like, I'm not going to write your ticket or not. I can't. But he's like, you don't be running lights, man. Come on, dude. Like smarten up. And I'm like, I got you, man. I was like, I tried to catch him. I guess he was like, I'm just, just slow down, dude. So I was like, all right, man, thank you. And then he went on about his business.
Like,
but yeah, dude. So I don't know, man. Like that situation, I only know from what you read.
Right.
But I just think like. I just think that's fucked. Like, first of all, like, what? Why? What are you bored? Like, is it like a power thing? Do you just want to see what it feels like?
Well, my thing is, if he was actually impersonating an officer, like pulling people over for whatever reason,
right?
Wrong. You're just fucking wrong. Like, but if he wasn't, and he just looked at the dude and was like, for whatever reason, like, slow down. Because we've all looked at people like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? But it's not like he didn't pull him over. They were just next to each other.
He just pulled up to him.
Right. And I do like how the article says allegedly. Like,
right.
The head of the article says allegedly. So, Yeah, if you're pulling people over, like I said, there's a movie with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale, and they're brothers, and Christian Bale's like a junkie, and he's robbing people. He's acting like a police officer at night. He's got like little blue red light gimmick,
Which is
and
robbing
pulling
them.
people over just to rob them, so he can get his fix, and he eventually gets busted, and he goes to jail for that. But people obviously do that. Like
Right.
you just said, it's on the cold case or a forensic file. People will do what people with nefarious motives will do whatever
do
they
that.
need to do to either pull off their plan or try to get away with it.
Right.
Shit like that. So you do have to be cautious. Like Jimmy was cautious in his scenario, but it turned out to be an actual cop, and he didn't get pulled over. I've never dealt with it.
Oh, like if it was just some asshole being stupid, I would just be like, "Fuck you!"
I
And I would
can't
just
wait
go.
to show you the asshole being stupid. That's
would
going to
just
be.
go.
We're gonna have another. That's going to be fun because we're gonna have plenty
Yeah.
of videos for that.
And I
It's
have
just
like mace and stuff in my car, so I'll just pull the mace out and be like, "Fuck you, buddy!" And then you want to know what it feels like to be a cop?
He's
See
gonna
ya.
be
Bye bye.
He's gonna be like,
Because don't they do that to you in training?
He's tough as shit.
Don't they do that to you in like police
but
training?
that pause, like you sprayed him, and 2 seconds, like he's trying not, but it's gotta come out. That's
So I do it. I go.
And he's like, I'm sorry, guys.
But no, honestly though, don't they do that to you in training? Don't you have to take it?
That's part of.
Don't you have
I've
to
never
take
been
it?
in the
So I'm
training,
like,
but I've
oh,
heard
you're a
that.
cop, are you, bud? Well, do you remember this in training?
I'm not going to scream it for the neighbor's sake.
Can you handle it?
Fuck that. Hey, people are
I'd
dumb.
be like when you're getting, I don't know why I keep talking about this, but when you're getting burned alive, you try not to scream at first.
Right,
You're like, oh, my fucking eyes! I don't know why you wouldn't
just
just
trying to
scream.
be tough.
Though. Just scream.
I know you're on fire. Your whole body
Hold on,
is
the
done.
police trainer shit. The thing I find funny is I don't know if they do it everywhere, but when they fucking tase the motherfuckers,
Oh,
like
no.
in the military
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit, and the motherfucker be like, pip.
He said, "Bip."
And just somebody's got to catch him.
Like, they don't even say anything, but that body is useless. That body,
Yeah, they can't move.
And you see that? Like, it's fucking hilarious to me, bro.
You should
Like,
pull
don't
up
tase people,
just for the fuck
but
of it.
when
You
they're
should
doing
pull
their
up a
training-
good tase video, like cops getting tased or like
Just people getting
training
tased.
or something, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that shit. Because they be like when somebody's running from the cops, they be like, "I'm going." And they just like a fish out of water. They're done.
Cause I saw one video and the dude like moaned, and it was almost like sexually suggestive how it hit. And you can't control how it hits you, but he got tased and he was like, and I was like, what the fuck?
They did that. They did that in the fucking 98 Rock fucking studios. I think it was Kirk, or it was like Kirk and Marianne or whatever. So Kirk got tased, and Kirk did that. He goes, and it was just the most. Oh wait, here it is.
Like, I would like to make sure I don't have like any underlying heart.
You got to give us some
conditions and
sound,
shit,
man. You
and
got to
then
give us
just
some
get-
sound.
Get tased.
All right,
Like,
here we go. Here, check it. Slow mo's taser.
I'm watching it on here because I can't see it from that angle.
He started talking in another language.
He's
Go
trying to
back
be
to
tough.
him.
He was trying
Bob,
to be tough.
watch it on here, man.
He was like, "Do it."
Alright, you guys start talking them tongues. bro.
Oh. Taser International
This is the
headquarters.
cartridge we're using. It's for the X26 model. We're going to be using the B2511, which is an extremely fast camera because tasers are extremely fast.
Damn.
If I speed up this shot slightly, you can see.
Oh my gosh.
His muscles contract from right to left across his shoulders.
Oh,
You can. Look at that. Wait, what, do you put glitter in the shit? What is that?
Buddy.
Confetti?
Each tiny
So they
piece
can
of
tell which
confetti
tape's being used.
has the serial number.
Oh.
Find it. Very clever. Would you do that again?
Would I do it again?
Yeah, if you had to.
You'd owe me a lot of money if I did that again. Someone would be paying some heavy price.
My man said, "Hurrah!"
He was speaking in tongues, bro.
This is the cartridge we're using. It's for that, which is
Like, that's like some exorcism shit.
That's how fucking Frankenstein sounded. Kid, we need that as a sound clip, bro. We need a fucking soundboard.
Oh my god.
Every episode
We are
has
fools.
to-
We are
every
fools.
I'm gonna
episode
put
needs
that
to
in a
end with
song.
sound.
If you
It's
guys
good.
haven't figured that out yet, we are fools.
I'm gonna put that in a song.
Shit out of that, bro.
I'm gonna sample that in a song. It's going. It's gonna go. I'm gonna do that. I'm putting that in a song. yeah. Maybe a good. Oh, fuck yeah.
Make that part of the chorus, man.
Yeah, we're doing that shit.
So I think we just gave y'all
Oh
another
my
banger,
goodness,
man.
that was a blast, guys. That was a blast. We're at 150. We're pretty much there. We're wrapping it up now, but man, that was a fun one to do.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, just to send it on to send it on its way. Please make sure to go over to YouTube. Okay, brothers need all the help we can get.
Yeah, we got to get some subscribers on YouTube, man.
Guys, you're over here. Thanks for following us. Thanks for tagging along with us in all these live streams that we're doing. If you could just go over to YouTube real quick, just stop. I'm not going to tell you to click the bell. Make sure you don't miss another. Just subscribe, man.
Just subscribe.
Give us a sub.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, and because we do got a lot. We'll be back. Tomorrow's Thursday, so we're gonna be off tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then Friday we're gonna be back.
I'm gonna do Went for a Walk.
Okay, you're gonna do Went for a Walk with Adam.
YouTube show where
That's right.
we're gonna be covering some clay pits that we went to in Georgia, which was our last time that we went in Georgia.
And that'll be tomorrow.
That'll be tomorrow. But that's going to be early. That's going to be like at 4 p.m. and
Right.
it's only going to be an hour, maybe an hour. So,
And
but
then-
we're going to get some content out there every day of the week. So,
Yep.
so we're good to
And
rock
then
and roll.
Friday we got our Friday night try, so you guys are very
Friday night
familiar
try.
with that. So make sure you join us for our Friday, probably around like 8 or 9ish,
8 or
somewhere
9,
along that
yep,
time. Also, never forgot, we got the anabolic French toast coming up. You and I came up with an idea today
A great
to
idea.
do anabolic hot pockets. Anabolic hot pockets.
Yeah.
So think about your favorite hot pocket recipe. My personal
Ham and
favorites.
cheese or-
I was going to say the ham and cheese
Yep.
or the pizza ones were always
Yep.
my favorites.
Pizza's always my favorite.
The cheesesteak ones were
I'm
my
definitely
favorites
doing-
too.
Yeah, I'm more down with the hot pockets.
So we're gonna get out the anabolic French toast video, and then we're gonna do the anabolic lasagna. I haven't forgot about that one. That was from Laura.
Yep.
And then we got the anabolic hot pockets. So we got those videos coming. Just got to give us a little bit of time. We
got that
as
all
you can
together,
see,
yeah.
we stay busy. So to wrap it up, we'll be back with you. With your Went for a Walk and Got Lost tomorrow, Thursday, and then we got the Friday night try on Friday.
And then Spitting Game Radio.
Spitting Game Radio on Saturday. Yep, Saturday. So that'll be with you and Rick.
Yep, me and Rick. And maybe I talked to my cousin earlier. I'm not going to say his name right now, just in case we don't want to put him out there like that. But he's a big time gamer as well. And if I can get him on the show, it's going to help. It's going to help Rick's Spitting Game Radio a lot because they're going to be able to. They're just going to know more, right? They're more in depth with. They're gamers. They live the lifestyle, So like I'll be there, and I'm gonna try to make sure that the production's going well. But I want them to have some good gamer conversation.
And you know what I think I'm
going
going to do?
That.
I think Friday, before our Friday night try, we go ahead and go live, take the camera into the kitchen, because we already have
wanna do it
all the
live?
ingredients.
You wanna do it live?
Fuck it.
We can do it
We
live.
have all the ingredients
Yeah, we'll do it
to
live.
make the anabolic blueberry chocolate protein smoothie. Now, I know blueberry and chocolate sounds fucked, and well, at least I thought it was
weird.
anyways.
It does sound weird, but man,
boy, oh boy, was it good.
oh man,
I
I'm
haven't.
still full from it.
I'm still full from it too.
Mm-hmm.
So Friday, give you guys a quick little recipe video for an anabolic chocolate blueberry smoothie that came right out of the Coach Greg Doucette cookbook, anabolic cookbook.
And if you guys want that, definitely go get that. We're going to promote his stuff just because it's so
because it is very good and it's helped change my life. And I know a lot of our followers are starting to make a whole bunch of anabolic because
Yep.
I still
get anabolic
we
boosters
get
all the
tags all the time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's awesome.
Excuse me. So I think I think that's awesome. I think we're building our own little community here, which I think is really cool. I coughed up. I'm sorry. So so yeah, so we got all that a bunch of cool shit coming. So you can follow me at Jimmy_Sindred, SINNDRED on Instagram.
Yep. Endgame Jourdain, Instagram, Twitter. Paul Jourdain on Facebook. Ronald Paul Jourdain on Facebook.
And I'm Melodramatic Plastic. It says on Instagram, but I think that's also my other Twitter handle as well. So.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I'm
is
on
it?
Facebook. Yeah.
Because I know it's HW Presidential.
I have to.
Okay, gotcha.
And stop messaging
Mr.
me about
Popular.
Twitter. I don't have a Twitter. I've had several people ask me, where's my Twitter? They can't find me. Someone fucked it up, whoever made that. I think it was Rick, right? Rick made those
Probably
little
Rick.
things.
Defend
Yeah,
himself. Don't
yeah.
talk shit about
I'm not talking shit. Rick did that. So it's like he fucking and he goes, oh, we're going to make sure he gets to Twitter. I'm not getting to Twitter. I only have Instagram. So that's it. So
There we go. Instagram's good enough, though, man.
Instagram
You're good
is very
enough,
good
bro.
enough. So I'm going to continue to drink my goddamn Broken Skull IPA. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell
And,
yeah, baby.
Because you can call me a Mark for Stone Cola any day. I'll take it.
Make
I'll
sure
take
we-
it.
Make
I
sure
love
we
it.
censor that because he's not paying.
Yep.
Hey, don't.
All right, we love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, and then we'll see you guys Friday, and then we're just gonna keep it rolling.
Yes, sir.
And make sure to join us for a little Spitting Venom Radio After Dark. We're going to get a little something going here soon.
Well, exactly.
Goodbye.